Michelin Premier tire. Even when half worn, it's still safe, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
I know that it was a heart attack, but I knew he was in trouble. His right coronary artery was 99% blocked and already collapsed.
So within 10 minutes, they had put a stent in.
I'm so glad that we made that decision to go to Aiken Regional right away.
We definitely made the right decision in going to Aiken Regional.
I don't think we could have gotten better care.
It all started at one family night in Dumfries, Virginia. Family night is for everybody. It's a time for families to do crafts together.
The kids just love going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Being the single mom and getting everybody ready, it was tough. We would get there a little bit late, like on the tail end of it. Helen saw that I was having trouble getting them to Chick-fil-A for the family night on time and actually got it extended another hour. Noticing things like that, I never really told her how much she affected me, but she did.
Love you.
Move.
At the Jewelers Loop, we have a great selection of diamond engagement rings that every bride-to-be would love. So make your girl happy. Come see us in our 5,000 square foot showroom in the heart of Aiken. We offer diamond jewelry pieces from several high-end designers. Shop with us at the Jewelers Loop so we can help you find exactly what you're looking for at an affordable price. Or visit us online at thejewelersloop.com. The Jewelers Loop, where life's great celebrations begin.
I always ask myself, would I want me to represent me? Would I want a lawyer who is prepared, who is passionate, who is capable? And every day that we represent our clients, we're telling our clients that you can count on us to bring every skill, every ability, and all of our passion in representing your interests. That's what it means to count on Chandler. That means that you can count on us to fight for you.
Taking care of a horse farm all by yourself is a lot of work, but I wouldn't take back a second. Living out here has been the best experience ever. I just want to be the healthiest I can be and enjoy the rest of my life to the fullest. But when I got the flu last year, I was the sickest I've ever been. At Aiken Regional Medical Centers, I was treated with warmth and love, and now, thanks to them, I'm back at my farm doing what I love most.
People move to the charming community of Aiken, South Carolina for a variety of reasons.
To start a family.
To open a business.
To pursue a passion.
And to embark on a new chapter.
Whether you're on the hunt for a 1,000 square foot starter home, a 5,000 square foot vacation home, or a 10,000 square foot office building, or an even bigger piece of land, no one has more knowledge of the entire Aiken market than the RE/MAX Tattersall Group. Local experts in all residential and commercial properties, the RE/MAX Tattersall Group is the only international full-service real estate company in Aiken. A member of the RE/MAX Global Network, the Tattersall Group is also the only RE/MAX office in the country that's branded with both collection and commercial designations. The collection division provides exceptional service for luxury home buyers, while the commercial division is comprised of specialists who only handle commercial sales and leasing. With an in-depth knowledge of the Aiken market and years of real estate experience, our agents make the buying process seamless, from the search to negotiations to closing. Located in the heart of downtown Aiken, the RE/MAX Tattersall Group is ready to help you find a property you'll love.
From your first home
to your dream home, to your dream office.
From plantations and pastures to bungalows
and buildings.
No one opens more doors in Aiken than the RE/MAX Tattersall Group.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tire she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even when half worn, it's still safe, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
I know that it was a heart attack, but I knew he was in trouble. His right coronary artery was 99% blocked and already collapsed.
So within 10 minutes, they had put a stent in.
I'm so glad that we made that decision to go to Aiken Regional right away.
We definitely made the right decision in going to Aiken Regional.
I don't think we could have gotten better care.
The campus of Strom Thurmond High School, where tonight Strom Thurmond plays host to Swansea, the Tigers against the Rebels, and Aiken Standard Game of the Week. Hi everybody, I'm Ed Gerardo, along with Ken Brace, who returns from his hiatus.
Glad to be back, okay? Looking forward to this tonight.
Well, I'm glad you're back. We've missed you. Had all kinds of excitement. We saw South Aiken play, Wagner play, and both those teams look pretty good. And I think tonight we're going to see a team in Strom Thurmond who also is a really good football team.
Yeah, they're one of the better teams in the area. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Happy to see South Aiken get a win. Unfortunately, it was against the other team from downtown Aiken, and a convincing win last week.
Yeah, Elijah Juan Page has his work cut out for him at Aiken High School, and quite a rebuilding process, but he'll get there. He was a winner when he played as quarterback at Aiken, and I'm sure he'll figure it all out from there. But Coach Hamilton, I think he's got a good enough team that we'll see. He's playing BC tonight, and BC looks like maybe they're the cream of the crop in that region. But Strom Thurmond, after an opening loss to not to Swansea, but to Saluda. It was one of those games. They actually had the game won. They had the lightning delay. They had to put it off until the next day. They came back with less than a minute in the game, and on a Hail Mary, somehow Saluda got down the field on a penalty, scored with no time on the clock or something about that, and won the game over Strom Thurmond. I think that Strom Thurmond got pretty ticked off, and they've looked awfully good since then.
Yeah, and at the beginning of that ball game, before the rain postponed it, Strom Thurmond was really in control. Saluda came back the next day on a Saturday morning and came away with a 22-21 victory. All right, Strom Thurmond, though, they've been playing very well. All right, they've won 6 straight since that time, and they're averaging over 30 points a game, and they're holding their opponents to only 10. So they're playing very, very well, and this is a great place for them to play tonight. And they're playing against a team that I think they will be able to come away successfully, but Swansea's got some athletes.
Swansea's one of those sneaky good schools. Some years they're not particularly good. They're 2-5 on the season, so maybe having a rough time of it. I know Gilbert blasted them last week, but you better get out here and play. It's another Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And what a great place to play. All right, this stadium, every time we get here, it's my favorite place, I think, to work when we go to these games. And it looks like a small college stadium to me.
It's that. Plus, our booth is very nice, and it has heat and air conditioning. So right now, it's actually something we haven't seen at all season long. We're cold because the air conditioner's running. But we'll adjust as the game goes on. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll look at some of the other games in our area tonight when we return in the pregame show for the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
It all started that one family night in Dumfries, Virginia. Family night is for everybody. It's a time for families to do crafts together.
The kids just love going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Being the single mom and getting everybody ready, it was tough. We would get there a little bit late, like on the tail end of it. Helen saw that I was having trouble getting them to Chick-fil-A for the family night on time and actually got it extended another hour. Noticing things like that. I never really told her how much she affected me, but she did.
Love you.
Move.
At the Jeweler's Loop, we have a great selection of diamond engagement rings that every bride-to-be would love. So make your girl happy. Come see us in our 5,000 square foot showroom in the heart of Aiken. We offer diamond jewelry pieces from several high-end designers. Shop with us at the Jeweler's Loop so we can help you find exactly what you're looking for at an affordable price. Or visit us online at thejewelersloop.com. The Jeweler's Loop, where life's great celebrations begin.
I always ask myself, would I want me to represent me? Would I want a lawyer who is prepared, who is passionate, who is capable? And every day that we represent our clients, we're telling our clients that you can count on us to bring every skill, every ability, and all of our passion in representing your interests. That's what it means to count on Chandler. That means that you can count on us to fight for you.
Taking care of a horse farm all by yourself is a lot of work, but I wouldn't take back a second. Living out here has been the best experience ever. I just want to be the healthiest I can be and enjoy the rest of my life to the fullest. But when I got the flu last year, I was the sickest I've ever been. At Aiken Regional Medical Centers, I was treated with warmth and love, and now, thanks to them, I'm back at my farm doing what I love most.
The pregame show for Aiken Standard Game of the Week. It's homecoming and senior night all in one here at Strom Thurmond tonight. And they're going to introduce all the seniors. And gracious, they have quite a PA system there that just jumped us out of our skin there. So we'll shut the window and we'll talk a little bit about other games. Strom Thurmond playing host to Swansea on homecoming. But we do have other games in the area, quite a few games, because there are no teams playing cross teams from our area. So all of these teams are playing somebody from outside of our immediate area. So that means we got a lot of games to talk about.
Well, except for the first one that we're going to talk about.
Well, except for the first one. Okay. You are all right. I looked at all the rest and sort of overlooked Midland Valley at Aiken, the battle of the defeated, I guess. Nobody with a win yet. Somebody's going to leave this game. Just like last week, we said the same thing with Aiken and South Aiken. Neither one had won a game. Tonight, Midland Valley, no wins. Aiken, no wins. So who's going to come out on top on this?
Well, I'll tell you what. What's neat about this, and all the coaches in this area call this the second season. Okay, they're playing in the region, and this is how they determine who's going to make it into the playoffs. Last week, South Aiken really put themselves in a position that they could make the playoffs. If they pull off an upset tonight and they have a chance to beat North Augusta later on and so on, they might be in the playoffs, and they hadn't won a game in 5 weeks. Tonight we've got Midland Valley and Aiken, and I think both teams, obviously, they would love to have a win. It's very frustrating when you go through the first part of the first half of the season, I should say, and not have a win. So both these teams are really anxious to get that win. Neither team has been very successful so far, but I think Midland Valley showed the most last week. Okay, they held Airport to their lowest point total of the year. They put some points on the board themselves, and I think they have an advantage at the quarterback position because Harper Puckett is back for his second year as a quarterback, and he's been playing pretty well. Last week he threw for 237 yards, okay, a couple of touchdowns, and I think in this game I would give the edge to Midland Valley, even though they're playing at Aiken, and the fans at Aiken understand that they're going to be very competitive tonight, I think, so they may really be out in force, and that could make a difference. But right now, Aiken just has not been able to put points on the board, and I think the defense from Midland Valley may hold them down a little bit tonight, too.
And it'll be interesting. Of course, you missed last week's game. Lawton, if there was one bright spot for Aiken, it was Lawton's running ability. He wasn't all that accurate as a passer. He showed the ability to throw the ball, throw it a long way. But it'll be interesting to see what he does tonight. Maybe they open him up, let him run a little bit more, and see if they can get some points on the board. Because you're right, they've struggled. And Midland Valley last week scored 21 points against Airport. And speaking of Airport goes over to North Augusta. North Augusta, surprisingly, KO'd pretty good last week by BC. Brooklyn Casey came to town, and the Bearcats put it on the Yellow Jackets.
And I'm not used to seeing that happen to North Augusta, and the thing that just jumped out at me when I got back in town, Brooklyn Casey rushed for 424 yards against North Augusta. We've been doing this for 10 years now. I don't think there have been some seasons where they haven't given up that much yardage for the year, okay, much less in one football game. They've been struggling a little bit. Their offense is not quite as powerful as it has been over the past few years. Defensively, they lost a whole lot from last year's team, which was an outstanding defensive team. So this is going to be a tough game for them, tougher than we are used to when it becomes North Augusta and Airport. But Airport comes in 2-1, okay, 1-0 in the region. North Augusta, surprisingly, 2-4 and 0-1 in the region. So it's going to be a difficult game, I think, for North Augusta. But I do believe they're going to turn it around, and playing at North Augusta tonight, I think they'll win the football game.
Yeah, I think North Augusta will bounce back. They probably had a very tough week of practice.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like back in the old days when you were coaching. Gentlemen, we're going to find out who wants to play. All right, South Aiken is at BC. Now this is interesting. South Aiken looked pretty good last week. I don't know if it was South Aiken looking good or Aiken just having a really tough time. But BC, as we just mentioned, being able to beat North Augusta, I would imagine this one's going to be tough for South Aiken.
It will be tough for South Aiken. It's an interesting football game. BC is leading the region, or they got the best record of the teams that are in the region really so far, and they've been a decent football team over the last few years. I expect that South Aiken's going to have a good game tonight, all right, coming off their first one of the year, 42-0 over Aiken. Brooklyn Casey did, however, have a good ball game against North Augusta. So if I have to pick a favorite in the game, it's got to be BC. And they're playing at home. That makes it a little tougher for South Aiken. South Aiken, the coach has been saying each week that they're coming, and evidently they did last week. So we're hoping that they have a good ball game tonight. But if you got to pick a favorite, it's certainly got to be Brooklyn Casey.
Yeah, and South Aiken beat Brooklyn Casey last year by 5 points, but that was at South Aiken. So BC looking to return the favor on them. All right, now maybe the best team in our area is Barnwell, and Barnwell is at Whale Branch, who has a pretty good record. They're 4-1. They lost their region opener last week, though.
They did, but I think Barnwell's one of the top 2 or 3 teams in their region and in their division. Okay, they come in 7-0. Greg Pender, once again, a terrific quarterback for them. He's been very sharp last year and once again this year. Has thrown for over 1,300 yards already this season. Okay, Jamari Chisholm has been just outstanding as a running back. They've got just a stable of running backs, if you will. Defensively, they're very tough. Barnwell should win this game, but Whale Branch comes in 4-1, so they've got a decent football team. One of the things that I like to look at is what did they do last year? Barnwell 49 and 12 for Whale Branch. So I don't see too many teams turning around a 40-point difference.
And pretty neat. They're showing Barnwell highlights as we were ripping through all of that. So a little bit of a feature as we look at these teams. Fox Creek is going to be at Abbeville, and Fox Creek, they've done some good things this year, but this is going to be a different dimension of playing Abbeville.
Well, Abbeville, and once again, it's one of those games. They beat Fox Creek 50-0 last year, and you don't see a 50-point turnaround very often. However, I've really been impressed by the way Fox Creek has been playing this year. Okay, and I think they're going to make a football game out of it tonight. Chavis, their running back, is having a good season, and they've got something really going quite well. I have been impressed by what their new coach has done, and you don't often find a coach come in and make an immediate impact, but Lafayette Stewart has the Predators playing good football, and I think it's going to be a better game. Abbeville, clearly the favorite in this ball game. They're a very strong football program, but I think Fox Creek will make a game of it.
All right. Silver Bluff is at Batesburg-Leesville, and these are two teams, 2-4, 0-1. They're looking for their first win in the second season. And
when we saw Silver Bluff early in the year, it looked like they were really coming on. But they've taken it on the chin the last week, and they've got a tough schedule coming up here. I think they're going to have problems tonight with Batesburg, although I don't think Batesburg is quite as strong as they have been in the past. But Silver Bluff coming off a 55-0 defeat last week, and it's tough to recover from that. They're still young. They're a little bit inexperienced, so I think they'll have trouble tonight with Batesburg.
Yeah, their Allendale loss kind of put them behind the 8 ball, and they seem to not have recovered from that yet. And but Silver Bluff won this one last year, 33-19, so hope springs eternal, right?
That's absolutely right.
Rich Spring, Monetta is at Blackville Hilda.
Interesting game, okay? For a while, Blackville was ranked in the top 10. They may still be there by some. They're 4-2. They come in to play a Ridge Spring Monetta game, and it's at Blackville. But I think Ridge Spring is going to win this football game. I like the way they play, and I'm also very, very high on Trey Dean. He is one of the most exciting players in the area. Love the way the kid plays football. He's a disruptive force on defense every game that he plays, and 15 tackles last week. And as we've watched him over the years, like I say, he's just one of my favorite players. He comes to play every single night. their quarterback, Leapart, has also had a good year so far. I believe that Ridge Spring is going to come away with a victory tonight against Blackville.
Well, Blackville, we had them on the Game of the Week with Wagner a couple weeks ago, and Wagner had their way with them, but at the time they were ranked 4th in the state. So that'll be a good game. That'll be an interesting one to watch as Ridge Spring tries to run their region record to 4-0. All right, speaking of Wagner Sally, if Barnwell's maybe the best team in the area of all of our teams, then Wagner Sally's right behind them, especially for their division and region. They're playing North, and I don't see this one going – well, I see it going south for North.
It will go south for North, and I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I don't know how North is able to survive. They haven't won a game. Surprisingly enough, the last team they beat, which was 4 years ago, was Wagner Sally. Okay, but that's not going to happen tonight. Wagner Sally is a very, very good football. Wagner Sally is an A division team. They could play up to at least 2 or 3 A and maybe be competitive, very competitive with a lot of the 4A teams. So they're going to win tonight. I think the game will be over early. They're going to run the clock in the second half, and if North should beat Wagner Sally, it would go down as perhaps the biggest upset in the history of South Carolina high school football. And don't misunderstand. I'm rooting for North to win a game here this year, but it's not going to be tonight.
Yeah, 54-0 last year. You just don't expect to see that. And one more game, Williston Elko, who's struggling, is at Hunter Connor Tyler. And Williston Elko just can't seem to get it started.
No, they're struggling this year. There's no question. They struggled a little bit last year, and the coach was optimistic that after a year's growth and seasoning and maturity, they'd be better. But it's very rare that we look at the scoreboard and find out that Williston Elko is 1-5 on the year, and only 1-2 in the Region 3A. They're playing HKT, who is 3-3. They're 1-2 also. HKT should be the favorite in that game tonight. It would be a good turnaround and maybe something that could inspire them for this second season if Williston Elko could pull the upset. I'm not sure they'll be able to do it.
Okay, and those are the games that are being played in the area. We are at Strom Thurmond, where it is senior night, and I'll tell you one thing. Of all these seniors that they've recognized, participation at Strom Thurmond is really, really good in all kinds of different aspects, not just football. Band, cheerleaders, is a little bit of everything that's being introduced.
Absolutely. And once again, this is the epitome of Friday night lights. I mean, you've got a beautiful stadium. They have so many different things going on here tonight, all kinds of student support, parent support, community support. It's a beautiful place, and they have a tremendous tradition, okay? This is one of the places you go, and people talk about, well, I played there 30 years ago, and I went there, and it's just a great place to have a football game. It's a beautiful night, and it's an exciting time to be here with them. Swansea, I think, is going to give them a chore tonight. They're not going to just be able to walk out on the field. But I think they'll come away with a win, and that will please the homecoming crowd and the parents.
Yeah, and I was just looking at the stands. There's a lot of vacant seats in the stands, which is really unusual. I think most of the empty seats are out there on the field with these seniors. They're just amazing how many people are out on the field being recognized senior. And that's our last one. So congratulations to all the seniors for their participation from all the different walks and activities at Strom Thurmond High School. They're playing host to Swansea. We'll take a break, and we'll come back and get ready for our kickoff in tonight's Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
People move to the charming community of Aiken, South Carolina for a variety of reasons.
To start a family.
To open a business.
To pursue a passion.
And to embark on a new chapter.
Whether you're on the hunt for a 1,000 square foot starter home, a 5,000 square foot vacation home, or a 10,000 square foot office building, or an even bigger piece of land, no one has more knowledge of the entire Aiken market than the RE/MAX Tattersall Group. Local experts in all residential and commercial properties, the RE/MAX Tattersall Group is the only international full-service real estate company in Aiken. A member of the RE/MAX Global Network, the Tattersall Group is also the only RE/MAX office in the country that's branded with both collection and commercial designations. The Collection Division provides exceptional service for luxury home buyers. while the commercial division is comprised of specialists who only handle commercial sales and leasing. With an in-depth knowledge of the Aiken market and years of real estate experience, our agents make the buying process seamless, from the search to negotiations to closing. Located in the heart of downtown Aiken, the RE/MAX Tattersall Group is ready to help you find a property you'll love.
From your first home
to your dream home, to your dream office.
From plantations
and pastures to bungalows
and buildings.
No one opens more doors in Aiken than the RE/MAX Tattersall Group.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tire she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even when half worn, it's still safe, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
I know that it was a heart attack, but I knew he was in trouble. His right coronary artery was 99% blocked and already collapsed.
So within 10 minutes, they had put a stent in.
I'm so glad that we made that decision to go to Aiken Regional right away.
We definitely made the right decision in going to Aiken Regional.
I don't think we could have gotten better care.
It all started at one family night in Dumfries, Virginia. Family night is for everybody. It's a time for families to do crafts together.
The kids just love going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Being the single mom and getting everybody ready, it was tough. We would get there a little bit late, like on the tail end of it. Helen saw that I was having trouble getting them to Chick-fil-A for the family night on time and actually got it extended another hour. Noticing things like that, I never really told her how much she affected me, but she did.
Love you.
Move.
At the Jeweler's Loop, we have a great selection of diamond engagement rings that every bride-to-be would love. So make your girl happy. Come see us in our 5,000 square foot showroom in the heart of Aiken. We offer diamond jewelry pieces from several high-end designers. Shop with us at the Jeweler's Loop so we can help you find exactly what you're looking for at an affordable price. Or visit us online at thejewelersloop.com. The Jeweler's Loop, where life's great celebrations begin.
I always ask myself, would I want me to represent me? Would I want a lawyer who is prepared, who is passionate, who is capable? And every day that we represent our clients, we're telling our clients that you can count on us to bring every skill, every ability, and all of our passion in representing your interests. That's what it means to count on Chandler. That means that you can count on us to fight for you.
Taking care of a horse farm all by yourself is a lot of work, but I wouldn't take back a second. Living out here has been the best experience ever. I just want to be the healthiest I can be and enjoy the rest of my life to the fullest. But when I got the flu last year, I was the sickest I've ever been. At Aiken Regional Medical Centers, I was treated with warmth and love, and now, thanks to them, I'm back at my farm doing what I love most. Taking care of a horse farm all by yourself is a lot of work, but I wouldn't take back a second. Living out here has been the best experience ever. I just want to be the healthiest I can be and enjoy the rest of my life to the fullest. But when I got the flu last year, I was the sickest I've ever been. At Aiken Regional Medical Centers, I was treated with warmth and love, and now, thanks to them, I'm back at my farm doing what I love most.
You're looking live at the field at Strom Thurmond High School, where tonight the Rebels host the Tigers of Swansea as they ride up through a couple of counties to take on their region rival in tonight's Aiken Standard Game of the Week. Strom Thurmond and Swansea. Hi everybody, I'm Ed Gerardo along with Ken Brace as we bring you all the action. Eric Russell is in the truck pushing all the buttons, and we're ready for another good Friday night game. The band has played the national anthem in the alma mater for Strom Thurmond. The Swansea Tigers are coming on the field and taking their place in the opposite end zone. They'll come running in and make a dramatic entrance from the end zone. Strom Thurmond's going to lead out a bunch of players, and I would assume all of these are the seniors, as it's senior night at Strom Thurmond.
It is indeed senior night, and we do have the captains for Strom Thurmond, the homestanding Rebels. Number 5 is Stanley Hill, their outstanding running back. Okay, and we expect to see him have a good ball game tonight. All right, and we've got Ray Oots, their place kicker, and also their punter, number 99 as one of the captains. Number 22 is Jay Baker, okay, one of their outstanding wide receivers. And number 51, Keith Montrez Williams, their nose guard, senior. And we'll put him at 5'10", 285. Okay, pretty big kid. Okay. Pretty big. Swansea, okay, their captains for the Tigers. Number 8, Michael Jones. Number 20, Tadrick Holman. Number 50, who is Hunter Brantley, I should say, not Bradley, Brantley. Okay, and the last of the captains is number 52, and that is Tyson Churchwell.
Very good. And the toss has been thrown in the air and caught. And Strom Thurmond won the toss and has declined to the second half. So, I mean, Swansea will receive the opening kickoff. They've got 15 seniors lined up behind the 4 captains. So if all 4 captains are seniors, 19 seniors on this football team. That's a pretty big number for a high school team.
A pretty big number for a team this size. And we're going to miss them next year probably, but Strom Thurmond's one of those schools that just keeps reloading, it seems like. They are always able to come up with some football players and good football players, well coached. I liked Antoine Hillary's comments in the paper today. He said if you're staying the same as you get to this part of the season, you're going to have a short season. Okay, you better be improving. I love that quote. I think that's perfectly right. And he also said, I got to get the ball in the hands of my playmakers tonight. Okay, he said it's not my X's and O's, it's my Jimmys and Joes, and that's something that a lot of football coaches use as an expression. Players do make a difference, and he wants to make sure that his skill players get a chance to show off their talent tonight.
It's Strom Thurmond. This is a place, as you pointed out, they take their football seriously. Strom Thurmond struggled a little bit the last few years, and it's good to see him back and being strong and win. I know there's some pressure on Coach Hillary to perform, to get the results that they've come to expect here. They expect to be in the championship. They expect deep runs, if not championships.
They sure do, okay, and I think they've got a good chance to, once again, go deep into the playoffs this year.
So Swansea's come out on the field. They should be followed shortly by Strom Thurmond, and here come the Rebels. They're wearing their blue jerseys with white pants. That'll offset the white jerseys on the far side. Swansea has blue numbers, so we'll have to pick up the numbers as we go along. It's one thing about high school football. The numbers will blend into their jerseys, and certainly the blue jerseys for Strom Thurmond, though their numbers are a little shiny, they kind of blend right into the jerseys. But
also in high school football, not so much in the college and the pros, but high school, sometimes the numbers change as the season goes on. And we'll hopefully we've got the right rosters here tonight, and we'll give the proper young players their due.
Well, we know that the quarterback for Swansea is a young man named Witten, and Price Winton is the quarterback. He's a senior, and we don't have a number for him, so we're just going to assume the first guy that comes out quarterbacking with a number is Bryce Winton, and his go-to guy, MJ Reed, is the running back who's closing in on maybe a 1,000-yard season. So Strom Thurmond again won the toss, elected to receive in the second half, so they'll defend the south goal. And their captain, one of the kickers, will kick off. Kicks it away, and it's going to go out of bounds. So not quite the start I would imagine that they'd hoped for. Strom Thurmond's ball goes out of bounds. That means that Swansea will start at the 35-yard line. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
And pretty good field position. The kicker once again for Strom Thurmond is Ray Oots, number 99.
So Swansea comes out, spreads the field, 3 wide receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Running back is Reed next to Winton. Winton takes a snap, throws it outside. Got some room to run out there as the wide receiver gets 9 yards, very close to a first down. They'll give him 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
And Michael Jones, the receiver there, 6'1", 185. He's a senior. Well-executed play to start the ball game.
Swap the field, 3 to the right, 1 to the left on the wide receivers this time. Handoff, Reed bounces outside, gets the first down, knocks a man down, crosses midfield to the 45. That's a pickup of 11 yards. The first Chandler Law Firm first down for Swansea as they move it into Strom Thurmond territory on their first possession of the ball game.
And that was a pretty impressive run by M.J. Reed. He's listed at 5'8", 160. Tackler came up, and he just lowered his shoulder, and he became the hitter and knocked the tackler down, or the would-be tackler down, gained an extra several yards. Nice run.
Winton takes the snap, hands off again, finds a seam, breaks in as Reed to the 40, just over the 40-yard line. Picks up 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Getting a good push along the offensive line for Swansea. Three split wide to the left, the wide side of the field. Had a man in the flat who was open, decides to keep, now going to throw it away. So Winton, I think he could have gone to the flat on the left side and maybe made something. We do have a flag, so let's see what the call is.
And the fans,
they're going to call
on the Strom Thurmond side,
grounding on the quarterback Winton. Just out of the pocket, and
there wasn't anybody there, didn't?
There was nobody there. He was throwing it away quite definitely. But I guess in high school football, it's always a little different from one to the next. That's a 10-yard penalty. They lose back to the 50-yard line. It'll make it 2nd down and 15. It's a loss of down. Well, they gained 5 yards, so if it's a loss of down, it should be 3rd down. Yeah. They'll flip it now to 3rd down.
The referee's got a little help from the public address man.
Young man running the chain gang over there gets instructions to switch it to 3rd down. May not go all the way up to 3. There he goes. Drops back to pass. Going to throw the slant, little bubble screen. A little bit high, a little bit dangerous. So 4th down, Swansea was moving the football. The penalty is going to kill this drive. And from the 50-yard line, Swansea will punt for the first time in the game.
And Adrian Rodriguez almost had himself a pick 6 on that play. Bounced off the receiver's hands and just over his head.
Snap is clean. Ooh, a little rugby, and that may have been blocked. That goes out of bounds.
There was lots of pressure. I think somebody got a hand on that ball.
And depending on where they spot that, well, they're going to say it went out of bounds at the 36-yard line. I think that's a pretty good spot for Swansea, as that was a wounded duck going out of bounds. It looked like it went out of bounds closer to midfield. But at any rate, it is Strom Thurmond. The Rebels come out for the first time in the ball game in their first possession of the first half.
And they're glad to have their quarterback back. Harris had to miss last week's game. He's back ready to roll this week.
They come out in the wing T formation, near and dear to Coach Brace's heart.
Jay Baker.
Pick up 5 yards on the first play.
Baker out to the 42-yard line. Second down.
They run that wing T. Everything very, very compressed here. 2 tight ends. Moving in reverse, and this is going nowhere. Handing it off in the backfield. Tackled for a big loss. This goes back all the 5 yards plus another one. A loss of 6 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and 11, excuse me. The loss was 6. Harris fakes a handoff, going to come out here quick on a bubble screen, got a block. Oh, and grabbed by his shirt. If he pulls away, he's going to go a long, long way, maybe the length of the field. They're going to, as it is, get to the 42-yard line and be short of the first down. Give them the 43. They need 3 yards on 4th down, and the punting unit comes on the field for Strom Thurmond. So
pretty aggressive defense by Swansea. All right. This.
Snap is clean. Kick, good kick. Fair catch called for, caught at the 21-yard line. So Swansea loses some yardage in the exchange as they go from the 50 all the way back to the 22. And they'll have their second possession of the first quarter. No score in our ball game tonight.
Very nice putt by Ray Oots. And the receiver, Michael Jones, did a nice job taking that in.
So Swansea was having some success running the football before they got an intentional grounding call. They go back to the ground. Reed sprints upfield, finds a little bit of a seam. Pickup's going to be about 3, maybe 4 yards. 2nd down.
Run giving credit out to the 26-yard line. 2nd down.
So give him 4, 2nd down and 6.
The scouting report on Swansea was that they like to use a lot of formations. They came out with nothing but spread formations in the first possession. Now they're double tight. Looks like old school football.
Takes the snap, hands off, gets outside, makes some men miss, and the flag flies in at the end. He got back to the line of scrimmage, but we'll have to wait and see who the flag is on.
Might be a face mask.
It is a face mask. Good call, Coach.
When you have 3 of the defensive players grab their face masks, you can be pretty sure.
Signaling to the sidelines. It's a 5-yard variety. So erase that play. It remains 2nd down. 2nd down in a yard and a half for the first down. Back to pass on short yardage. Has a man out there. Makes the catch. Swansea moves the football. I guess they took the chance on that 2nd and short and surprised Strom Thurmond a little bit, all the way out to the 47-yard line. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 as they move the chains.
Tamir Lohman, number 5, was the wide receiver who made that reception, a junior wide receiver. And I think we have a number now for Bryce Witten. Looks like number 12.
He is number 12. And here's Reed. And here comes a flag out. I'm not sure what that will be, as there were no white jerseys in the area where the flag came down. Good run by Reed. Holding against Swansea. We'll have to look at the Remax. Did you see that replay? Because where he threw that flag, there was nobody in the vicinity of holding. That's a tough penalty. Swansea was moving the football again. They gained about 10 yards on that play. They will walk it back 10 yards from where the foul occurred, so it's going to be a net gain on the play of about 4 yards. It's going to be 1st down and 6. So the play was actually good for 14 yards, and they dropped it right at the feet where the tackle was made. That was an interesting call. So that doesn't hurt Swansea too bad. Now they throw a quick pass, and that pops up in the air, and that's another one that could have been picked off.
Almost got a little tip drill action. You know, so far I'm impressed by Swansea's offensive line. They seem to be doing a good job blocking and also moving them on the running plays. Hard to believe that they suffered a 47-0 loss last week. Gilbert must be pretty real.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, you question the play calls. They're moving the football, just running the ball 5, 6, 10 yards at a time. You would think they'd keep it on the ground and try to get this on the board, run the clock. Takes a snap, hands off to Reed. Reed breaks through the middle. Now another whistle comes out.
Flag on the play.
They're going to say a procedure against Swansea. And that came from behind from the referee.
The penalties are killing Swansea early. I think that's already their 3rd or 4th penalty.
And that's an interesting call, too. Must have been somebody hopping up that he could see from behind. So they move it 5 yards, 2nd down and 11 on the walk-off of 5 yards. Witten looks to his left, now coming over the middle, got a man. Oh, he can't hold on. Pretty good defense by Strom Thurmond, but he had the seam, he had the pass, and he just could not hold on to the ball.
Yeah, Witten threaded that ball right in between 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders. Okay, that's a pretty good throw.
And it was just really a drop. He didn't get hit. Beautiful night for football. Finally, fall weather for a football game. I know we're in South Carolina and it's supposed to be hot, but it seemed like it was a long time coming this year, and it is very nice. Temperature going to drop down to the 50s this evening. So 3rd down and long. Rolls, now he's going to look back. Gets away, but not for long. He's sacked back to the 43-yard line. And Strom Thurmond comes up big, and that looked like number 8, Brandon Williams, getting the sack. Was that who you had on that?
And that's exactly right. It was Williams, and he's 6'4", 225. There were lots of pressure. There were 4 guys in there that time. Put good pressure on the quarterback, and Williams stayed with him and made a nice tackle. Big loss.
Swansea once again stifled on a pretty decent drive on penalties. This punt's a little better than the first one. When it almost hits a Strom Thurmond player, takes a great Swansea bounce, going to roll inside the 20 to the 18-yard line, and that's where Swansea will take over. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for the Tigers. .5:36 left to go here in the first quarter. So this is Strom Thurmond's second possession. They went 3 and out on their first one. See if they can get some offense going here. Wide to the right side of the field with 2 wide receivers. And the quarterback keeps to the right, gets out to the 25, almost out to the 30-yard line.
Quarterback keeper for Rebel first down.
Excellent job by Harris that time. Good faking, and then 10-yard run picks up the first down.
So they move the chains. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. First down of the game for Strom Thurmond. $11-yard pickup to the 29. Now a hold. Going to get to the edge. Got some room to run. And he trips over the 50-yard line. He was going to be intercepted by number 10 for Swansea, who's not on my roster.
All right, and we finally get to see Stanley Hill. He's had a good season so far, but there he is, his senior running back, 5'5", 160. Showed his skill right there. Nice pickup.
Into the Swansea territory at the 47-yard line. Man in motion. Rolls that behind him. Going to keep. Does a good job getting away. He's going to make positive yardage. Good positive yardage as he's run out of bounds about 11 yards. Give him 12 yards. So the chains will move again. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And Jaquan Harris gets some help downfield, but it was all Harris getting to the downfield area. All right, what a great run. Outran the contained man on the outside to the defensive left, the offensive right. That's an outstanding effort.
Goes quick to the right side. Room to run. Going to pick up another 10 yards. Strom Thurmond moving the football, not messing around on this drive. They'll move the chains again on first down to another Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10.
And T.J. West on the reception that time, and he got a great block by the other wide receiver for Strom Thurmond to spring him. Excellent execution on that play.
Ball's at the 22-yard line. Going to keep, fake the handoff, going to pass the 15 to the 14-yard line. That's going to be close to another first down.
Keeper by Harris takes Rebels down to the 15-yard line.
And they really have the defense out of kilter right now. They're off balance. They're running the football inside, outside, throwing the football. This is an impressive drive by Strom Thurmond.
Give him 9 yards. 2nd down and 1. Now looking to pass on 2nd down. And
he's wide open.
In the end zone. Touchdown, Strom Thurmond, and that's number 22 for the Rebels. Jay Baker comes up with the catch on senior night. The senior to the senior. And the first score of the game, 6-0. Strom Thurmond leads. 4:08 left to go in the first quarter. Kicks up, kicks good. Strom Thurmond takes the early lead, 7-0 over Swansea. We'll take a break. We'll be back for the kickoff.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tire she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even when half worn, it's still safe, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
Strom Thurmond takes a visit to the Tyler Tire end zone to make our score 7-0. We'll take a look at that play when we get this kickoff done on the Remax Tattersall. Did you see that replay?
And Baker is one of Harris's favorite receivers. He put a little move on the defender, who then fell down and made it an easy touchdown. But sometimes those easy ones, strange things happened right there. Harris made a great throw. Baker, no problem, all alone in the end zone.
Here we go again.
Nice touch on the ball.
14 yards on that play.
That was an impressive drive.
The first kickoff was kicked out of bounds. This time they did a little pooch, and they gained 2 yards on it as they spot the ball at the 33-yard line. A little bit better than kicking it out of bounds. Well, Swansea, who's had it twice and has moved the ball and picked up first downs, only to shoot themselves in the foot with penalties, gets it back. They get it to Reed. Reed stutter steps in the hole, can't find a place to go, and he's going to get a short gain and bring up second down.
Maybe a gain of a yard on the carry. Second down and 9.
We'll give him 1 yard, second down, 9.
Keyshawn Jones, number 90, helped to block that hold up.
So Swansea looks to the sidelines to get a call. They've got 2 wide receivers split to the left, 2 to the right. Reed in the backfield with Witten. Going to hand it off, made a man miss. It's going to be a short gain, maybe 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 7. As the defense for Strom Thurmond tightening up. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line.
Devrin Williams in on that tackle and sack there, but had to come out. Helmet came off.
Back to pass quickly outside. He was under some pressure. Gets upstairs, gets into the secondary, goes past the 44, and that's going to be good enough for a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
Pass completion for a Tiger first down.
They needed 7, they got 8. So good pass by Witten. Swansea moving the football again. On each of their first 2 possessions, they picked up a couple of first downs, only to have penalties bring the ball back. Hands off. Reed, a tough little runner inside. He's going to pick up a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
You know, coming into this ball game, number 12, Price Witten, has thrown for over 1,300 yards already, and he's got 10 touchdown passes. I was going to say I was very surprised, but I'm not surprised at all when I see those stats. This kid can throw the football.
He obviously throws the football around, and he's showing a pretty good arm. Now he's going to roll to his right side, which you would think be easier. He looks downfield, and they're going to need to get rid of it. And he ends up fumbling it out of bounds on a hit by number 35 for Strom Thurmond, and that would be Justin Rouse. Came over, forced him out of bounds, and I think that Witten would like to have thrown it away, but he was a little bit gun shy after having the grounding called on him earlier.
I think you're exactly right.
So he loses a couple yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 11. Tigers taking their time. Now they're going to have to call a timeout. Witten was starting to look at a playbook on his wrist, trying to figure out what the call was. So we've got a Honda Cars of Aiken timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back.
I know that it was a heart attack, but I knew he was in trouble. His right coronary artery was 99% blocked and already collapsed.
So within 10 minutes, they had put a stent in.
I'm so glad that we made that decision to go to Aiken Regional right away.
We definitely made the right decision in going to Aiken Regional.
I don't think we could have gotten better care.
78.
3rd
down and 11. Swansea calls a timeout to go talk about it. And they've moved the football into this territory every time they've had the football, which is 3rd time in the first quarter. But this is where it stalls down. Witten has shown he has the ability to throw the ball, but he's having to do quick passes because of the pass rush Strom Thurmond is putting on him. Got a little protection this time. He's got some time. Now he throws it downfield.
Oh, that's going to be a penalty.
Tackle.
Yeah, here come all kinds of flags.
The wide receiver. And sometimes that's what you got to do. He was going to lose contact with the man, and he was going to go downfield. No guarantee he was going to catch it, but he went ahead and tackled him, as we see here on the replay. He flung that pretty good.
Pass interference against the Rebels.
I don't think it was going to be too high, but that's an interference call on Strom Thurmond, which takes the ball into Strom Thurmond territory the second time tonight that Swansea has been in Strom Thurmond territory. This is their deepest penetration to the 41-yard line.
That's another pretty good effort by Witten. Good protection to start that play, and he still had to roll to his left and then come back a little bit to the right to throw the football. Pretty good effort.
Rolling to his left, throwing across his body. He really slung it. They're going to hand off. Got room to run, and that's going to be good for another 12 yards. 8 is Michael Jones, and a flag comes out. And again, we'll take a look at the Remax. Did you see that replay? See if we can pick up on this penalty after we get the call.
Looks like
here.
a hold, yep.
Holding against Swansea, which another big holding call. It's going to be a 10-yard walk-off as we look at the play again. And I guess he was holding the jersey right there,
and
so you could see it, and it's a tough call.
As much as they're allowed to use their hands now, it's tough not to grab onto the jersey every once in a while.
So a loss of 5 after the walk-off makes it first down and 15.
That's
no
good defense.
Running room. Reed can't find his way out of that. It's going to gain no yards.
No gain on the carry.
Brandon Williams, the defensive end, did his job. Didn't make the tackle, but he turned it right back into a bunch of his teammates. Good defensive play.
Second down and 15. Hands off to Reed on that option play. Reed's going to get a couple of yards. Strom Thurmond gave up some big rushes in the early part of the first quarter, but now as the final seconds wind down, third down and 13. Yeah, I imagine we'll see Witten go back to the air.
Coach Hurley has been impressed a little bit by his team's ability to play their defensive positions, handle their assignments, and there was a good example of that by Robert West that time, the cornerback, senior, 5'11", 166. He did the same thing. He set the corner, turned the running back back in, and there was no place for him to run. Nice effort by the cornerback.
All right, Swansea going to let the quarter run out. We've got one quarter in the book. Strom Thurmond leads Swansea 7-0 in tonight's Aiken Standard Game of the Week. We'll return for the second quarter.
It all started that one family night in Dumfries, Virginia. Family night is for everybody. It's a time for families to do crafts together.
The kids just love going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Being the single mom and getting everybody ready, it was tough. We would get there a little bit late, like on the tail end of it. Helen saw that I was having trouble getting them to Chick-fil-A for the family night on time and actually got it extended another hour. Noticing things like that, I never really told her how much she affected me, but she did.
Love you.
Move.
At the Jeweler's Loop, we have a great selection of diamond engagement rings that every bride-to-be would love. So make your girl happy. Come see us in our 5,000 square foot showroom in the heart of Aiken. We offer diamond jewelry pieces from several high-end designers. Shop with us at the Jeweler's Loop so we can help you find exactly what you're looking for at an affordable price. Or visit us online at thejewelersloop.com. The Jeweler's Loop, where life's great celebrations begin.
Swansea with the ball, third down and 13. They've had a chance to think this one over. They'll see what they've drawn up. Here comes some pressure from the backside. Throws it down, got his man. And that's number 8. That's Michael Jones again. And what a play by Witten. Witten could feel the pressure coming and got rid of it.
Yeah, and once again, rolling to his left. That's not easy for a quarterback to do when you're right-handed. Roll to your left, then bring the ball back in just to the inside. Pretty impressive.
So Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line, just over, well, right on top of it. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to keep. Made a little fake inside, now goes inside. Made a fake outside, actually. And he's going to pick up a couple yards. And, I think that's so important. If you're going to run an option offense, the quarterback's going to have to keep it, as we see Barnwell 14-6 over Whale Branch. You've got to show that to keep the defense honest. It's one thing that South Carolina's offense on college level drives me crazy is you're running an option where there's no option for the quarterback to run, or he never does. You have to run the ball. Clemson does a great job with that. And let's see if that was
incomplete.
Caught. Incomplete. So 3rd down and 7. We'll call it 8. Coming up for the Tigers, as they're just outside the 20-yard line. Swansea looks to the sidelines to get the call. Now Witten checks his armband. He's got his play. 2 split wide to the right, 1 to the left. Got a tight end to the right side. Now coming back on this bubble screen, and this is Jones again. Jones, his go-to guy, is going to get down to the 15-yard line, be very close to a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. They're going to say it's 4th down. He's going to be 4th and 1, and I think they'll go for it, Coach.
I do. I absolutely think they'll go for it. I've also been impressed by Michael Jones, senior receiver for Swansea, 6'1", 185. He's a nice target.
Timeout on the field. Officials timeout.
We got a man down. Looks like injury here.
One of the offensive linemen slow to get up, so we got an Aiken Regional Medical Center timeout on the field.
And you don't want to see that. That's one of their captains, Hunter Brantley. And number 50 is got an ankle, looks like, or maybe a knee.
And he's going to sit back down and let him look at it in a little bit of pain. All right, we'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
Know that it was a heart attack, but I knew he was in trouble. His right coronary artery was 99% blocked and already collapsed.
So within 10 minutes, they had put a stent in.
I'm so glad that we made that decision to go to Aiken Regional right away.
We definitely made the right decision in going to Aiken Regional.
I don't think we could have gotten better care.
It all started at one family night in Dumfries, Virginia. Family night is for everybody. It's a time for families to do crafts together.
The kids just love going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Being the single mom and getting everybody ready, it was tough. We would get there a little bit late, like on the tail end of it. Helen saw that I was having trouble getting them to Chick-fil-A for the family night on time and actually got it extended another hour. Noticing things like that, I never really told her how much she affected me, but she did.
Love you.
Move. Move.
And that is good to see. Looks like he's walking under his own power, not anything too serious like that.
Good crowd on hand. It's almost a full moon as the moon is bright. Clear skies. The Strom Thurmond side is full. Swansea's stands a little on the light side. It's not easy to get here from Swansea. It's one of those places where you can't tell people how to get here from there. Quickly into center. Now there's a flag, and I have a feeling They were going to try to fool them, and a procedure penalty on Swansea as they quickly went under center.
Yeah, there was a lot of movement there. Easy call for the referees. Swansea, the penalties have just killed them this first half.
So this gets a little bit tougher now. It's going to be 4th down and 6. They need to make it to the 15. They'll keep the offense out there. Or now they bring, they just bring receivers out and spread the field. 2 left, 2 right. Back to pass. Now makes a man miss in the backfield, running for his life. Going to have to throw it up for grabs, and it's intercepted. Nope, incomplete. Probably better that it was incomplete. Actually, a touchback would bring it out to.
And once again, the intended receiver, Michael Jones, tough throw, and he was well covered.
Good defense.
Yes, indeed.
So the ball comes out to the 21-yard line, so it's actually better than intercepting it in the end zone, though I'm sure that the defender would love to have that.
And they had 3 defenders over the 2 receivers, so they could play them short and deep. So tough situation for Swansea. That was well defended.
So Swansea has probably more offense than Strom Thurmond in total, but nothing to show for it as they trail Strom Thurmond 7-0. Now a sack.
Whoa.
As they break through. That's going to be a loss of 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5. As we look at the Remax replay.
Loss of 5, 2nd down to 15.
And you know, on my roster, I don't have a 52. I don't know who that is.
That's been kind of the way it goes this year.
He's been impressive, though. He's been on a couple big plays for Swansea.
3 split wide to the left. He's going to go out there in the flat, got a blocker, and gets out past the 20. Now still going out past the 30-yard line. They're going to say he went out of bounds at the 31. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 for the Rebels.
And that play was successful primarily because the other receivers did a good job blocking downfield. Very good job.
So they spread it to the right side, the wide side. 1 receiver to the left. Little handoff. No, going to keep. Going to get to the edge. Got a back blocking his heel. And he's run out of bounds at the 42-yard line. That's going to be enough for another Channel Law Firm 1st and 10. Pickup of 11 yards.
For another Rebel 1st down.
And at every level of football, people talk about downfield blocking. Strom Thurmond's doing a good job of that tonight.
He did a good job of just getting in the way and giving him a seam to run through.
Absolutely. You don't need to knock them all down. Just get in their way.
That's right. 43-yard line. 1st and 10. Man in motion. No handoff. Passes it. Bounces off his receiver. That looked to be a little bit out of sync in the backfield as the running back went by the quarterback.
Yeah, that ball should have been caught, though.
So Harris will set him back down and try again. Go back to a compressed formation, flips it back. This is Hill. Hill is going to lose yardage on that. Back to the 40-yard line.
Flag on the play.
And a flag comes out.
Good defense by Swansea.
You have to wonder if that's going to be a hold.
It looks like they're pointing towards the Swansea defense. I don't know what they did.
Swansea's not backing up. Well, illegal hand to the face mask, I think, was that call.
Penalty against the Tigers.
He didn't call face mask. There's something on the tackle, I'm going to guess. And that's going to be a 15-yarder.
Wow.
So that'll move the chains again.
That gives the Rebels a first down.
And into Swansea territory. And again, another penalty just killing Swansea. It's there at the 46-yard line. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. Another pass that should have been caught. Philip Merriweather having a tough time of it. That's 2 in a row.
Well-designed play, had him open.
And needless to say, when you don't catch it, you go to the sidelines and get a talking to by your coach.
Look it in, young man, look it in.
Trying to run before you got it. 2 split wide to the left. That's sort of a half a wing tee. Running tough.
That's a strong run.
That'll be close to the first down, maybe a yard short. It'll be 2nd down and 3rd down in 1. Nope. They're going to say he got the 10 yards, so give him 10. Move the chains, Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10.
And Stanley Hill is one of those runners for some of those big defensive players out there. It's hard to see him. He's not very big. He hides behind those runners or the blockers, and that's fun to watch.
7:25 left to go here until halftime. Again, it's homecoming, senior night at Strom Thurmond. Back pass looks to his right, now going to run, try to get out of there, being chased. Now throws downfield, had a man, nice catch, and they're going to say he did keep his feet inbounds, and they're going to move the chains down to the 19-yard line. We'll have to take a look at this one again.
Nice effort by Harris. Gets himself open.
So he gets his feet in. 1st and 10. Going to keep right up the middle. Go inside the 10 to 5. Spins down at the 2-yard line.
That's an outstanding run. Once again, good ball handling, nice fake, and a big run by Harris. Takes him down inside the 5. Beautifully executed.
Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10.
And the quarterback made the right decision there, didn't he, Ed?
Hey, very good read on that option.
That's right.
Well, he's a good quarterback, good running quarterback. We haven't seen him throw a whole lot. He's thrown some passes that were dropped. So Chandler Law Firm, 1st and goal from the 2. Going to keep it.
Oh, yes.
Back.
Oh, no. I'll be surprised if he doesn't get a penalty there.
Oh, he runs over and hands it to the official.
Yeah, that's good.
I guess the official didn't see him. We certainly got a good shot of number 22, Jay Baker, going in the end zone. I can't believe he missed that. You're calling all these penalties on Swansea, and then you can't see that one? What's he doing?
They used to call that a lot. They don't do it so much anymore. It's not a big deal, but he certainly, I would think he was taunting the defense on that play.
Absolutely. 6:21 left. The kick is good, so Strom Thurmond finds their way to the Tyler Tire end zone again and lead 14-0. We'll be back.
At the Jeweler's Loop, we have a great selection of diamond engagement rings that every bride-to-be would love. So make your girl happy. Come see us in our 5,000 square foot showroom in the heart of Aiken. We offer diamond jewelry pieces from several high-end designers. Shop with us at the Jeweler's Loop so we can help you find exactly what you're looking for at an affordable price. Or visit us online at thejewelersloop.com. The Jeweler's Loop, where life's great celebrations begin.
14-0, Strom Thurmond over Swansea here on senior night for the Rebels.
And Jay Baker is a senior, and he's having quite a night. 2 touchdowns.
Ooh, a short kick. Kind of just let it fall there, and that's a free ball if Strom Thurmond did indeed cover it.
Who'll come out with it?
All right, they're going to say that Swansea got the ball back, but that was a little bit harried.
It was close.
It's one of those where the coach is going, what are you thinking? 30-yard line. So not bad field position. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Again, Swansea has moved the football. They just have shot themselves in the foot with the penalties. Had a 4th and 1 and ended up getting a 5-yard penalty on the procedure. Dropped it back and couldn't convert. Turned it over in downs at the 21-yard line. Strom Thurmond came back down the field and has taken the lead 14-0. We're going to have a timeout. There's a Honda Cars of Aiken timeout on the field, and coach doesn't look real happy out there, is he?
I'm sure he's not happy. A little confusion. I don't know. You never know. I mean, it could be 1,000 different things, but you're right.
You never stood there with your arms out with the clipboard and you're like, what's happening out here? That ever happen?
Never. I can't remember that.
Y'all were well coached. Everybody knew where they were going.
I didn't carry a clipboard, but one of my favorite things was when the opposing coach did carry a clipboard, you knew they were in trouble when the clipboard hit the ground.
So Spurrier was famous for throwing that clipboard. Now that was.
There was one coach in particular that I coached against, and we just loved to see how long it would take before he was throwing his clipboard.
Well, Gus Malzahn at Auburn last week, he didn't throw the clipboard, but man, he made some faces and squats and put his head in his hands. He was very animated at Auburn. All right, Swansea once again finding a little. Well, he tries to get outside now. He gets away at the 30. A lot of running there. I think he ran about 10 yards to gain 3.
He was stretched out pretty good at that time by the Strom Thurmond defense. That's a nice job.
Give him 3 yards. Not sure why they stopped the clock. There's a score. And Fox Creek, no surprise that they're having a problem with Abbeville. Abbeville, one of the better teams in the state in their division.
Year after year, they play very, very well.
I believe they're number 1. So they start the clock again. 2nd down and 7. Now throws.
Ooh.
And he's going to be lucky not to get grounding. That was actually only in the vicinity of Strom Thurmond players.
And he was lucky to get away with that one again.
Absolutely. He's lucky it wasn't intercepted as much as anything. Swansea's in dangerous territory here. They've moved the ball to midfield just about every time they've had the ball. If they go 3 and out, Strom's going to have plenty of time. Now he's going to go down the field and incomplete. Around the 32. So the punting unit will come on the field for Swansea, and Strom will get the ball back with a 14-0 lead. 5:44 left to go in the first half.
And number 8, Michael Jones from Swansea, is going to be a tired young man. He keeps running those deep routes. He's expending a lot of energy.
He's the go-to guy, obviously. Right out of the picture. Punts it away, fair catch called for. And got it at the 32-yard line, right where that pass was.
And that is Baker. He's doing a nice job out there tonight in a lot of areas.
So Strom will have 5 minutes, 38 seconds to get down the field and add to their already 14-0 lead. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. They pretty much went down the field in 2 minutes on their last possession for the touchdown. See how long it takes this. They're 10 yards further down the field at the start of this one. They went 79 yards on their last drive. Handoff. Pushes the pile, gains about 5. Be second down and 5.
The offensive line for Strom Thurmond's doing a nice job with the running game tonight. Opening up some nice holes.
Spread the field, 2 split wide on both sides. King right, as we learned last week from Byron Bush. Oh, bad snap. Now going to be under some pressure, going to throw it. And let's see if they call that grounding. Ball got thrown out of the... There seems to have been a receiver in the area.
Pass completion brings up 3rd down and 5.
They actually called it complete.
Yep. Philip Merriweather on the completion.
Now he's had a tough night, so he makes a catch, and they actually get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 5. They may have lost a yard. 3rd down and 6. Now flag comes out. No flag. Timeout called by Swansea. That's their last or 3rd timeout. We've had some games here in the last couple of weeks where, especially Blackville Hilda, I think they called 5 timeouts in the first half. But they kept giving it to them. I guess if you can get them, take them. Honda Cars of Aiken, timeout on the field. 4:14 left to go here in the first half. Strom Thurmond leading 14-0. Big 3rd down play for Swansea here. Sure, the coach called timeout to make sure they had it covered. And Midland Valley's on the board first with a 7-0 lead over Aiken.
You know, one of the things I've noticed was not here last week. It must have been Christmas in September. We've got a nice new monitor, okay, here for our instant replays, and makes it easier to see.
Well, yes, it is quite a luxury to be able to follow along. I know we added it Wagner. That's right, because David Boyd showed up. All right, nope, got him by the jersey and slings him down. That's one of those plays where I thought he was going to get away, but grabbing that jersey. You remember they used to have the tearaway jerseys?
Not in high school.
Well, in college, they had the tearaways. They don't let them do that anymore.
Nice defensive play by Ricky Tyler, outside linebacker, and that young man is only a freshman. All right, very good tackle.
That was a huge loss. It's going to bring up 4th and 20. He lost about 14 yards on the play. Ooh, close to getting in there and getting the ball.
Good pressure.
A short one, takes a bad hop for Strom Thurmond, a good hop for Swansea. So they'll have great field position as they're at the 42-yard line of Strom Thurmond with 3:27. Plenty of time for Swansea to get their first score of the evening, and let's see what they do on offense. Again, they've had some success moving the football, but penalties have been the bugaboo. 2 split wide left, 2 to the right. Back in the backfield on the right side. Fake the handoff, keeping is Witten. Witten going to move forward 3 yards. And again, that was the right read on that option. The running back Reed was quickly tied up. So they pick up 3, 2nd down and 7. Brings a man in motion. Handoff, double reverse here. He's going to pass it. He comes back, throws it. He's got a man. It's complete to Jones. Jones is going to take it to the end zone. Touchdown. That may be the best play of 2019. No flags on the field.
I actually think Jones threw that football. I don't think he was the receiver. There was number 5 on the reception, okay, and he made the first catch for them as the game started tonight. That's Tamir Lohman with the reception. Little razzle-dazzle.
What a play as we look at the Remax. Did you see that replay?
And we want to see that replay again, okay? I want to make sure that I'm correct about that, but I believe that was Michael Jones who threw the football that time.
Kick is good, 14-7 as we have, that was really quick, 2:50 left to go here in the first half. And that's plenty of time for Strom Thurmond to try to answer, but here we go.
Yep, that's Michael Jones. He threw the football that time instead of being the receiver.
And that was
nice job.
That was not bad defense. Strom Thurmond was in the area. He fired that sucker, and it was a nice pass, nice catch.
Absolutely. That's a great play.
Double reverse pass, touchdown for Swansea, and they cut the lead in half, 14-7. Here at homecoming night for Strom Thurmond. So Strom Thurmond, again, they'll have close to 3 minutes to get down the field and see if they can put some more points on the board, get that touchdown back. The sack, the big sack and the short punt set Swansea up for that touchdown. Nice play call. Hey, we got a kick. It'll be fielded at the 20, getting upfield and knocked down at the 34-yard line. So Strom Thurmond with pretty good field position will start there. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. 2:44 left until halftime.
And making the run back there was Devin Williams, number 30 for Strom Thurmond.
So Harris leads his team out on the field. He's got Hill in the backfield next to him on his right. 3 split wide to the right. Gonna look that way. And it's in there and intercepted. What a play. Swansea with quite a turnaround. They're trailing 14-0. And now with a turnover after the quick touchdown on the double reverse pass, they're inside the 20 in the red zone. What a play, and can't wait to see.
Great interception, number 52. We got to find out what his name is. He's had a great ball game so far on defense.
Pops it up in there, makes the
catch, takes it down inside the 20.
You know, those are the kind of plays that William Perry used to make at Aiken High back in the 70s and the early 80s. He would make plays like that, and you'd just shake your head and marvel. And here's a pass in
now Witten, and
Witten,
Michael Jones
touchdown. So Jones throws a pass. Now he catches a pass, and
it's a different ball game.
We thought Strom Thurmond might be able to extend their 14-0 lead. Now they find themselves tied on 2 plays. Witten to Jones on this second one. Jones threw a touchdown pass to set up to get the first touchdown. This one is just Witten and Jones, and this was 19 yards for the touchdown.
And it looks like they're going for 2 to take the lead.
They set up with some of those crazy plays, and now they call procedures. So, do you run the kicking team out there? Boy, Swansea has just had such a hard time with the penalties. Now the ball is spotted on the hash mark. They'll still go for 2.
Don't blame him.
Rolls to his right. Throws it into a crowd.
And that ball got deflected.
Deflected too. So Swansea can't tie it up. It's 14-13. And a game that looked like maybe Strom Thurmond was going to run away. We got ourselves a ball game.
We have a very good ball game now. That's pretty impressive stuff we've just seen. That great defensive play. And Michael Jones, I'm telling you what, he's doing it all, isn't he?
He's doing
Number
everything.
8. Oh, man. He's been their primary receiver for the most part. Lohman's caught a couple passes, one for a touchdown from Jones. Okay, then Jones comes right back and makes a reception from Witten, and 14-13 we got right now.
Now, the thing about all of this is when Swansea got the ball trailing 14-0 at the 42-yard line, they ran one play with about 3:30 left to go in the half. And in a minute's time, it's 2:30 now. They've put 2 scores on the board and trailed by a point.
For just a second, I thought they were going to try an onside kick there.
Yeah, and Strom Thurmond quickly falls on it at 31-yard line. Chandler Lawford 1st and 10 for Strom Thurmond. So the momentum has changed dramatically.
No question.
Strom Thurmond's going to get the ball first in the second half as they deferred to the second half. But they probably feel like they need to get a little momentum now going into halftime.
And they've got plenty of time. I mean, there's 2 minutes and 30 seconds basically left on the clock.
Again, 2 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield. We haven't seen this formation. Going to hand it off. Hill's going to try to get outside. He's being pursued. He's not going to get there. Run out of bounds short of the 30-yard line. He's going to lose yardage. Lose 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 13. And suddenly, Strom Thurmond having a hard time. And the homecoming crowd is stunned. Well, Aiken got on the board. A safety.
2nd down and 12.
It still counts. 14-2, they trail Midland Valley now. I think Midland Valley may have found something last week, scoring 21 against Airport. Back to throw. Throws it wide. Had a man breaking in the middle. I'm not sure that the quarterback read that as an outside pass because it was nowhere near his receiver.
Yeah, the receiver was tapping his inside shoulder, expecting it there.
And Strom Thurmond, who looked so good, now faces 3rd down and 13. Back to pass. Going to throw it long. Got a man out there. He's got it. And just like that.
And that's going to be Baker again.
Baker making the play.
His 3rd touchdown of the night. Oh, there is a flag.
72 yards is the play, but let's see what the flag is.
Oh, Swansea's pointing in the other direction.
Let's see what he calls.
Roughing the passer. Okay, they'll decline that. 72-yard touchdown pass.
There's the pass. He's out there by himself.
Oh,
nice
yeah.
pitch and catch, and he runs to the end zone untouched. Looked like Alabama from a couple weeks ago.
Jay Baker, 3 touchdowns. He's having a big senior night.
Yeah, I was in Columbia when Alabama played South Carolina, and they had a number 22 who would be wide open like that and score touchdowns. Long plays. There's a kick. Good. So Strom Thurmond, after getting shell-shocked a little bit by 2 touchdowns within a minute and losing their 14-0 lead, strikes quickly on 3rd and 13, 72 yards, and they extend their lead now to 21-12. According to the board. So they must have missed their extra point. Somehow we missed that.
I thought they missed the first extra point.
That's why they were going for 2. That makes sense.
That makes sense. They, our scoreboard has it as 13, but I really thought that first extra point was not good, but, you know, we're a little bit far away from the thing.
Yeah,
but that doesn't surprise me. Okay, so we got 21-12.
And all of that took 23 seconds, so there's still 2 minutes and 7 seconds. And Swansea scored a touchdown 2 touchdowns in a minute. So let's see what they can do now. They popped
Interesting
that kick
kick.
up. He should have called a fair
That's going to be
catch.
trouble.
Oh, and it's recovered. That was close. He needed to call a fair catch.
Yeah.
And
that would have been a good call, Ed.
And he may have called fair catch if there's a flag down there.
I think he might have just been spotting where the ball is. I'm not sure where it was first touched.
That was an interesting
A little confusing.
kick.
Yeah, let's see what's going on here. Both teams are saying they're going to get the advantage here, but I'm not sure who's right yet.
I'm sure that Swansea recovered it as they go to the sidelines. Not sure what the discussion is. Well, they're still discussing. And you got all the Strom Thurmond coaches out there wanting to know what it's going to be. Coach Hillary out there. Now, this is where when you're on the far side, on the visitor side, it's homecoming, and you've got their coach out there talking to the official, you got to be going, okay, what's the deal? Pleading his case, obviously, as we sit here looking at it. Too bad we don't have a mic.
Some of the fans are screaming, he threw a flag. Well, he didn't throw a flag necessarily.
He did. He tried to call a fair catch, and they called interference on Strom Thurmond. Or perhaps they may have hit him. We'll have to look at this. Hope we've got a replay of it. And I don't know that we have the man fielding the ball, but I think Strom Thurmond got down there before the ball got to the ground and interfered with the receiver trying to catch the ball.
That could have been.
That he didn't call a fair catch. Either way, it's a 15-yard walk-off, and we're at midfield, 49-yard line for Swansea. The handoff, trying to get to the corner, gets across 50, spun around at the 48, 49. They'll be in Strom Thurmond territory, but the clock runs. They did spot it at the 48, 3-yard gain. 2nd down and 7. It was on 2nd and 7 that they ran the double reverse. Surely they won't run that again.
It's funny. When it works, you never go back to it.
Keeper, quarterback, got the room to run. Going to pick up the first down inside the 42, the 38-yard line. 10-yard pickup. And that option working.
And that's the first time that the quarterback has had a good run off of that.
He's gained a couple of yards, but nothing significant like that. 2 split wide left, 2 to the right.
And they've still got plenty of time, 1 minute and 44 seconds.
They stop the clock to move the chains. Clock runs 1:17. Throwing it downfield, got a man down there. Just over the outstretched arms of Jones. Go back to the man. That's a good idea. 1 minute, 11 seconds. One's wild on the board. 21-12. Our score. Lots of deuces, lots of ones. Same formation. Taking their time. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Get it off, looks down, now going to run. He's got some room to run. Oh, nice stutter step. And he stole
and
it.
He stole the ball from him. He stepped out of bounds. Okay. I know he stepped out of bounds. Okay, they're going to bring that back, but that's a heck of a defensive play.
There's a flag. Let's see.
This is going to be a big call.
The officials have gotten a lot of traffic with their flags tonight. It's got to be about at least the 10th time, maybe 15 penalties here in the first half. And they have a discussion as to what was the penalty.
I would bet that he's talking about the fact that the man stepped out of bounds.
Holding against Strom Thurmond declined. Now, that must not be right. It must be holding against Swansea. He pointed the wrong direction. So he gets out of that pile.
And the Rebels take over on a fumble.
Carrying it like a loaf of bread. Gets him hurt. So Strom Thurmond with 1 minute exactly left to go in the first half. We've had a lot of excitement here in the last 3 minutes.
And that was a good mark, too. That's about, the young man stepped out right about there. Still a great defensive play. He stripped the ball right from the quarterback.
26-yard line, and they're not satisfied. Still trying to move the ball down the field. Beats a couple of tacklers, now down.
Nice play.
First down, they'll stop the clock with 50.8. They'll move the chains. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
And that was Jay Baker again on a nice run. He's having quite a ball game.
One timeout left for Strom Thurmond. And now a flag. That's going to be one of those phantom procedures. I'm sure that the penalties are there, Coach, but wow, they have really thrown a lot of flags. Most of them on Swansea, but now they're going to call a timeout. Strom Thurmond's going to come and talk about it with 35.9. They were going to start the clock again, so they went ahead and stopped it. They'll get the ball to start the second half, so they're in good shape, even without moving the football now.
Hey, Coach.
We've got cool weather in the future, so stop by the Rebel Booster Club store and pick up your long sleeve shirts, which are on sale.
The last 3 minutes of this game have lasted about 15 minutes.
They sure have.
3 touchdowns.
We've had lots of action. We've had lots of conversations among the officials. Timeouts with 30 seconds left to go, or 35 seconds, I should say. Based on that last play, we may see them go for it here.
You have to wonder. And we've seen interceptions, fumbles. I don't know that I wouldn't just sit on it and go to the half. And Strom certainly has the momentum that Swansea had stolen from them. And they get it to Baker. Baker gets an open field. Baker moves into the 40-yard line. There's no timeouts. They'll have to run down there. Don't know if they'll spike it.
Well, they're going to stop the clock while they reset the chains. And another timeout, it looks like.
Well, I guess they had more than one timeout. I tell you what, it's hard to tell from these scoreboards. Now they say it's one timeout. All right. It's one time. They even say that Swansea has a timeout left. I know they took 3, so not exactly sure sometimes how these timeouts get doled out. But Strom has one timeout left with 25.7 seconds. And quite definitely, from this point of the field, they're going to try to put some more points on the board. They may try to kick a field goal. Who knows?
They've got enough time yet to run 3 or 4 plays if they're.
I guess they're going to put it in the hands of Baker. Baker's become their Jones for Swansea.
He's an exciting receiver, I'll tell you that.
And basically 3 minutes ago, Strom Thurmond led 14-0. Now they look to reclaim that and not only be 14, but it'll be 16. Back to pass. Going to heave it for the end zone. Oh,
that is a phenomenal catch.
That gets it down the field to number 17, T.J. West. And what a throw, what a catch.
And T.J. West is a young man that dropped 2 in a row, if you remember earlier in the first half. He makes a spectacular catch here. That is just phenomenal.
Chandler Law Firm, 1st and goal at 8.
There you go.
The ball, 13.9 left to go until halftime. And they do have a timeout, so that they'll save that for the field goal if they have to take it.
Yep, they'll take a shot into the end zone, and if they don't make it, they got time to get the field goal crew out there.
Well, we had a pretty tough first quarter, 7-0 after one quarter. Strom Thurmond led. As we said, they were led 14-0 just 3 minutes ago. Now they throw it up for grabs. And what a catch. That's going to be a touchdown on the other side of the field for number 8, Brandon Williams. Makes the catch. And Swansea now has to be shell-shocked. It looked like they were going to go in trailing by 1 point at halftime, and now they're going to be down only 2 touchdowns, but 2 points on top of that.
Those last 2 catches, one by West and one by, what's the number here? Brandon Williams, okay? Spectacular. I mean, spectacular.
We saw some good catches last week at South Aiken, too. These kids are catching the ball. Kicks up, kicks good. 28-12, our score at halftime. Well, it's not halftime yet. We still have a 7.6 seconds to go. And the way this has gone here in the late going of this quarter, anything could happen. Well, fate has changed. With 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go until halftime, Swansea had cut the lead to 14-12 after only a minute earlier at 3:30, trailing 14-0. And Strom Thurmond somehow in that final 2.5 minutes puts 14 more points on the board. With Swansea moving the ball down the field and the quarterback stripped of the football on a play where he'd picked up the first down.
That might be, or this might be, the most exciting first half we've had all season. There's a lot going on here. It makes me really anxious to see what can possibly happen in the second half.
So let's see if he does a little pooch kick. Well, he kicks it away. Looking for somewhere to run. This is going to take us to halftime. Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. The horn sounds. Strom Thurmond scores 14 points in the last 2.5 minutes of the second quarter to take a 28-12 lead here at halftime. And that was quite so anyway, I imagine that was the Swansea coach slamming the door as he was leaving.
No, I think that was just the. I think it was just the door slamming because of the air. Okay, it was open.
Okay.
No, they weren't angry. I think they were pretty happy, as a matter of fact, walking out of here.
Well, not the Swansea coaches.
No, the Swansea coaches probably aren't as happy, but the Strom Thurmond coaches got to be pretty excited right now with what they did.
So Strom Thurmond got to feel good about itself going to halftime. I'm sure he's going to say, look, they just came back on us 2 touchdowns. You need to play tougher. What do you do if you're Swansea?
Well, you know, Swansea, they had to be excited for part of this ball game too now. Like you said, they've moved the ball. They had an inordinate number of penalties in the first half that just killed any offense they might have had. But they can throw the ball. They've got a couple of great receivers. The quarterback is certainly capable of throwing it. They've got a couple running backs that can run the football. They're dangerous. Okay, they can come back in this game without any problem. But Strom Thurmond's going to be the one with the football to start the next half.
That's right. They'll have to come up big on defense. All right, we're at halftime. Strom Thurmond leads 28-12. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Strom Thurmond marching band will be entertaining us here at the half. You're watching Aiken Standard Football. We'll be back.
People move to the charming community of Aiken, South Carolina for a variety of reasons.
To start a family.
To open a business.
To pursue a passion.
And to embark on a new chapter.
Whether you're on the hunt for a 1,000 square foot starter home, a 5,000 square foot vacation home, or a 10,000 square foot office building, or an even bigger piece of land, no one has more knowledge of the entire Aiken market than the RE/MAX Tattersall Group. Local experts in all residential and commercial properties, the RE/MAX Tattersall Group is the only international full-service real estate company in Aiken. A member of the RE/MAX Global Network, the Tattersall Group is also the only RE/MAX office in the country that's branded with both collection and commercial designations. The collection division provides exceptional service for luxury home buyers, while the commercial division is comprised of specialists who only handle commercial sales and leasing. With an in-depth knowledge of the Aiken market and years of real estate experience, our agents make the buying process seamless, from the search to negotiations to closing. Located in the heart of downtown Aiken, the RE/MAX Tattersall Group is ready to help you find a property you'll love.
From your first home
to your dream home, to your dream office.
From plantations
and pastures to bungalows
and buildings.
No one opens more doors in Aiken than the RE/MAX Tattersall Group.
.12, and what was an exciting first half, especially the final 3.5 minutes of the second quarter. Strom Thurmond took the lead in the first half, had a sustained drive of 79 yards, took the lead 7-0 in the first quarter. Went to the second quarter, Strom Thurmond had another sustained drive of about 70 yards, put another score on the board, 14-0, and that's when Swansea woke up, and in a minute's time, they had a double reverse pass for a touchdown to make it 28-6, and then an interception ensued for Swansea on a tip drill by number 52, which Coach, I believe, is going to tell us who number 52 is now, don't you?
I wish I could, but the press box up here, nobody has his name. And so I'm out of luck there. Okay,
right,
but it was a great play.
Coach will be running to the sidelines. And they followed that with a one pass from Witten to Jones for a touchdown, and that cut the lead to 14-12 as they went for two and missed it. Then Strom Thurmond, not to be outdone, went on third down
and 13.
13. They go 72 yards. Is that what it was?
72, Harris to Jay Baker. Okay.
For the touchdown, makes it 21-12, and then gets the ball back on a strip fumble on a great defensive play by Strom Thurmond, and then turns around, comes back down the field, sustained drive with 7 seconds left on the clock, 28-12, our score at halftime.
And the last two catches, I will repeat, phenomenal catches. T.J. West made a great catch right before the touchdown, and then Brandon Williams for the touchdown. Just spectacular catches. All right.
And lest we say it, Baker was the receiver on that
72 yards.
72 yards. He also had a rushing touchdown earlier to make it the second score to make it 14-0. So Baker having a good first half as well.
3 touchdowns. That's pretty good.
Pretty good. Again, it's homecoming here at Strom Thurmond, senior night, and the band has a bunch of doors out on the field, and every door is marked as 13. What could that possibly mean, Coach?
Well, 13, that's a number that's scary sometimes, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe they're
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th
is oh no, it's not next week. I'm not sure.
I don't know what the 13 is for.
But anyway, the 13th will be next week, but it won't be Friday the 13th. That'll be the 18th. As Coach and I will both be on assignment next week, and we'll be back at Midland Valley for Brooklyn Casey. We'll get a chance to see Brooklyn Casey. We haven't seen a score yet of the Brooklyn Casey South Aiken game. Look forward to getting that. But now we're going to go down to the field and see the award-winning Strom Thurmond High School marching band, the Rebel Regiment, will perform here at halftime. Let's go down to the field.
413.
Okay.
You and I have seen some halftime shows. I don't know if you've seen anything quite as detailed as this.
That was spectacular. I'm telling you what, everything that this school does seems to me to be done first class. I mean, that was a first-class performance, very good music. I was not that familiar with that music, but obviously a lot of people here were. But it was very well done, very well done.
A lot of moving parts, and that's one thing. Strom Thurmond takes their marching band and performance very, very seriously. That's why they're called award-winning. And again, we're at halftime here, and Strom Thurmond leading 28-12 at homecoming as they've taken on Swansea. And there's our score. And maybe we spoke too soon that South Aiken was pretty good. BC up 28-7 on South Aiken.
And I'm assuming that's probably a halftime score. I do have good news, okay?
You have good news.
Ed, you were able to get us the name of number 52, who had just a spectacular defensive first half for Swansea. Kenyon Macon is his name, and we'll remember that. We'll probably have to say that a few more times during the second half.
Okay, and what was number 52? He had the ball batted up in the air.
Right.
Made the catch. And what's his name?
Kenyon Macon.
And I hear he likes to eat bacon.
That's what somebody said.
Went over to the radio crew, our friends at KSX doing their live broadcast. Steve Smith doing the play-by-play, who is excellent. And one of my favorites to listen to on the radio when I get a chance. And they had a roster. They also told me who 55 was.
There's a surprising score to me a little bit. Airport's ahead of North Augusta 17-9.
Airport, I was surprised that they struggled with Midland Valley as much as they did last week, 24-21. And maybe Midland Valley, our score earlier, we saw that Midland Valley was up on Aiken. North Augusta, I wasn't impressed with them. One time we saw them against Evans, and they don't seem to be getting much better. But 17-9, Airport leading. So South Aiken may still have their work cut out for them. They losing to BC at BC, they'll still have Airport left to go.
This one is a surprise to me. Blackville Hilda 36, Ridge Spring Minetta 14. I thought that would be a much closer game than what that score looks like.
Yeah, and we'll see Ridge Spring in a couple of weeks. We'll be up there and see their new stadium. Blackville Hilda we saw against Wagner, and Wagner just made them look bad. So, a little bit surprised, but then Blackville Hilda was ranked 4th in the state at the time. All right, the teams are back on the field. Barnwell all over Whale Branch, 35-6, and no surprise there. And those are your halftime scores. 28-12 our score here at Strom Thurmond. Ed Jarrett along with Ken Brace, Eric Russell in the truck. And we kick away here at fielded at the 19. Strom Thurmond brings it back. They'll try to continue with the momentum that they established at the end of the second quarter after giving up 2 quick scores to Swansea. Swansea cutting a 14-0 lead to 14-12 with 2.5 minutes left to go in the quarter. Strom Thurmond able to score twice and take this commanding 28-12 lead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A little light on the subject here in the press box.
I was just going to ad-lib. All right. We're back out there. Harris. The quarterback hands off to Hill. Hill running hard. Picks up 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 7.
And they have contained the running game for Strom Thurmond pretty well tonight with Hill running the football. Harris has had a couple of nice runs on the option play or the zone read, and but they've kept Hill under control for the most part.
So they switch sides with their receivers. 2 split wide to the right, tight on the left side. And an option going to be a keeper. Harris got some blockers over here, give him room. He's going to move past the 50 into the 47-yard line of Swansea. That'll move the chains. Channel Law Firm 1st and 10 for the Rebels.
And that play has been very, very effective tonight for the Rebels, with Harris keeping the football on that zone read or the option play.
They say he was down at the 48. Nonetheless, he is in Rebel territory. Into Tiger territory, excuse me. Well, pulling guard action that time. Couldn't get out in front, but still going to get good positive yardage as he's pushed out of bounds. I believe he picked up enough to move chains again. Picked up 12 to the 36-yard line. Channel Law Firm, 1st and 10. Strom Thurmond taking up where they left off in the first half.
And a nice run by Stanley Hill.
And the pulling guard is a little bit late getting out on the edge to make a block, and Hill just still burned past everybody. And here comes the quarterback again on the keeper. Harris gets out to the 30. Going to pick up 5 yards to the 31. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Interesting. Swansea, the last couple plays, has been running some twists with their defensive linemen, and both times the kid that had such a big first half, Kenyon Macon, he's actually run himself out of the play. All right, they've had him twisting a little bit, and they came back to his side, and he was gone.
2 split wide to the left, tight end on the right side. Got an H-back up there too. And they run to the right, and Hill dragging people with him, goes over the 25 to the 24. That'll move the chains. Another Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 as Strom Thurmond marches, takes up some time. We thought they'd come out and start throwing it all over the park, but not Strom Thurmond. They're going to run it, which is really, if they can get it done, that's the way they should be doing it.
An impressive start to the second half by Strom Thurmond.
Man comes in motion, stops, sets. Now going to follow that off the left tackle. Inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Got to pick up 5 more. 2nd down and 5, and Strom Thurmond meticulously going down the field, getting 5, 6, 7 yards at a time.
Offensive line is doing a great job to start this second half. Really moving some people. Hill is running very well. Harris has had a nice run. Impressive.
Strong right again. Now they're going to throw a pass, a little short pass. It's more of an extended running play. He runs out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. That'll move the chains. Channel Law Firm, 1st and 10. Believe they'll spot him just inside the 10, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Rebels.
And it won't surprise anybody. The receiver on that pass from Harris was Jay Baker, number 22.
So they stop the clock. Again, one of those high school rules that I've yet to understand, but when they stop it, sometimes they stop it on out-of-bounds plays, and sometimes they don't. That goes nowhere. Inside, picks up a yard. 2nd and goal from the 8.
Looked like there was going to be more of a gain on that, but number 20, Tadrick Hallman, made a nice tackle for the Tigers.
Actually, it looks like they adjusted it. It's in 11, so he's going to pick up about 3 yards. It's not 2nd and goal, 2nd and 7. And they're down to the 5 is Strom Thurmond. They're actually going to need to make the 2-yard line to get a 1st down. So I beg your pardon.
And Stanley Hill carrying the load right now.
3rd down and 4. Strom Thurmond taking their time, running clock. He'll pitch back. I believe this is Baker again, is it not? He goes out of bounds. May have the first down.
The ball carrier that time for Strom Thurmond was number 30. Okay, and they put in a different formation, had him as a deep tailback, a couple blocking backs in front of him. That's Devin Williams, only a sophomore.
It was good enough for a first down. Chandler Law Firm first and goal from the 1.
Once again, same formation. I dare say they'll give it to one of the up backs this time.
And they do. Good call, Coach. Pushes it in the end zone. Touchdown,
in the end zone.
Rebels. Rebels on the board, 34-12. And I'm sure at halftime they talked about it and said, let's go out there, let's run it down their throats, and we'll run some clock. And they did it.
And that's another senior that gets a touchdown tonight for the Rebels. Jagger Bodie, okay, 5'10", 177. Makes his senior night a little better.
Think he was named for Mick?
I don't know.
A little movement that time.
There is a flag.
Not sure who went first. Trying to time it and come across and block it. Yeah, they're going to call offsides against Swansea.
Yeah.
Another flag. That's half the distance to the goal. Kicks up. Kicks good. And with 7:46 left to go here in the third quarter, that drive took 4 minutes and we'll call it 14 seconds.
That extra point, Jaquan Harris did a real nice job. The quarterback was a little bit of a low snap, fielded it well, got the ball down. Nice kick once again by Ray Oots.
35-12 our score. Hard to believe that with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter, Swansea cut the lead to 14-12, and now only 4 minutes into the second half, they trail 35-12. Tough pill to swallow. We'll see what Swansea can do on offense. They've actually moved the ball fairly well, and as you pointed out, lots of penalties have hurt Swansea.
It just killed them in the first half.
It killed us. First half took forever. And that's a way that Strom Thurmond started the game on their first kickoff. Is the way they do on the first kickoff. In the second half, they kick it out of bounds. Ball will be spotted at 35. And really, I'd say on average that Swansea's been starting at the 35-yard line. Might as well go ahead and just kick it out of bounds and give it to them there. Though they almost recovered a pooch down the field, and they called interference on it right there toward the end of the first half.
And based on his punts and extra points, it certainly looks like Oots could kick the ball deep if he wanted to. But they've got him kicking it short tonight.
And they hand off to Reed. Reed.
Stonewall.
The interior of the line, solid wall, and bounces off of them. See if they're going to say no gain. Second down and 10. So Swansea needs to get something going here.
Devin Williams in on that last tackle. Played both offense and defense tonight.
Try to pitch it out. Good job of recovering. And he's going to come up short of the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard. Third down and 11.
And overall on defense, Strom Thurmond has been very aggressive tonight. They run to the football very well. The passing game has hurt them a little bit, but defensively they've stopped the run pretty well.
We do have a play clock here. It runs down to 10 seconds, so still got plenty of time. To Swansea on this 3rd down and 11 play. Steps into the pocket. Going to go down.
And he fumbled, I believe.
Did they call that a fumble? There's no signal yet. I believe they're going to say he was down by contact. And that'll be a yard loss on that sack. Bring up 4th down and 12. So Swansea will go 3 and out. Strom Thurmond will get the ball back immediately and see if they can put a nail in this coffin here in the 3rd quarter. Short kick, but it's going to take a great hop for Swansea. That's going to roll all the way inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. So Strom Thurmond will have 82 yards to go to get to the Tyler Tire end zone. 35-12 our score. So when we came into this game, we kind of expected it to be a little bit one-sided towards Strom Thurmond, and we had a pretty exciting first half.
Very exciting. Like I say, that was the most enjoyable first half I think we've had this year. Okay, but especially the 2nd quarter, obviously.
As the guys on the radio side said, it was pretty boring until that last 3.5 minutes. Then it just exploded. Both teams scoring 2 touchdowns apiece in the final 3.5 minutes. But Strom Thurmond opens the 2nd half with the touchdown, and now we'll look to see if they can pretty much put this away and ice it. They go back on the ground, and the quarterback, Harris, with the ball, gets outside, out of bounds at the 32. That'll move the chains. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. And they're just gashing them now, Coach.
Yeah, the offensive line is taking control here to start the 2nd half. Harris has been very effective as a runner all night long. Picked up big chunks of yardage. Hill started off this 2nd half very effectively.
Now hands off to Hill. Hill hit as he crosses the 35 to the 36. Going to be a pickup of 3, 2nd down and 7.
2nd down and 7.
Now 1 receiver split wide to the left, 2 to the right. Hill in the backfield, a little bit of a bobble. Steps up, steps back, now going to look to run. Here comes a flag, that'll be holding. Spins him out of bounds. So a short gain of a yard.
And we have a player down, unfortunately.
So we're going to have a Aiken Regional Medical Center timeout as one of the Strom Thurmond players is on the field, and holding is the call against Strom Thurmond. He'll pop back up and head to the sidelines very quickly. Probably got his leg rolled up in there somehow, some way.
That's one of their captains for the ball game, Camonthris Williams.
Swansea will decline the penalty. They'll take the play. There was no gain. It's 3rd down and 7. So interesting. Going to trust the defense here on 3rd and long. Strom Thurmond making it look easy earlier. They're picking up more like 10 yards of play. Ooh, get some pass rush on it, and ball falls incomplete. So 4th down, and Swansea comes back and stops Strom Thurmond on 3 plays, and the punting unit will be out on the field.
Yeah, that was a great blitz by Swansea. Linebacker got in there almost before the ball, and they were lucky to get it off.
Now, I know Strom Thurmond probably feels they're pretty safe here with this lead, but Swansea can get the ball and score. They could make it interesting. Nice high kick. It's going to come down and take a Strom Thurmond hop and roll inside the 20, right at the 20-yard line. Channel Law Firm 1st and 10 for Swansea with 4:04 left to go in the third quarter.
Both punters tonight have had the benefit of a couple really good bounces in their favor once the ball hits the ground. As a coach, you want to see that ball caught if at all possible. Haven't seen too many receptions tonight, however.
I've seen a couple fair catches, but here lately they're letting them fall and roll. You know, Strom Thurmond did get burned on one that ended up being about a 20-yard kick that led to one of those scores for Swansea. Now they throw the ball and throws behind the receiver. Was intended for number 5, who caught the double reverse touchdown. Timer Lohman couldn't come up with that. Three split wide to the left, one to the right. Running back in the backfield on the left side of the quarterback. Tries to get outside. Strom Thurmond's there. Picks up maybe a yard. And they stop the clock again. Oh, there's a flag. We'll see what the call.
Looks like a face mask.
Face mask against Strom Thurmond. So that'll probably be the 5-yard variety. It will be. They'll repeat second down.
Second down and 4.
We'll say second down and 5. Quick slant off that bubble screen. Now room to run. Almost split the gap and was going to head into open territory, but pulled down at the 44, we'll call it the 45-yard line. Big play, move the change. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 for Swansea.
Well executed play. Nice open field tackle.
Three split wide to the right, one to the left. Now going to his right, and I believe
I think he got
caught.
it.
I think it was tipped.
It looked
and caught by the second receiver.
And it was Lohman who tipped it, and Jones who comes up with it. I think they're going to call that a catch.
They are going to call that a catch. He picks up 7 yards. Second down and 3. 3.5.
Lohman and Jones been the primary targets tonight for Swansea.
Tries to flip it out, get outside. He's going to come back. He's going to have some room to run. Cuts inside into the open field. 30, 25 down at the 24-yard line. And here comes Swansea. They showed some prowess on offense in the first half. And now another flag. And I don't know. At some point.
That was a well-executed play and a beautiful open field tackle by Robert West.
That was downfield, and they called holding right there, I
yeah,
believe.
That's probably it.
I don't know about.
Nice tackle.
So it'll be second down and 3. That's the holding. It was called down the field. I think it was more like a push than it was holding, but. All right, that's 10 yards down the field, 10 yards back up, second down, repeated, second and 3rd. Hands off, now hit, spun around, may have gained a yard, a half a yard. So it's bring up 3rd and 3.
Justin Rouse, outside linebacker on that tackle, and I'm impressed by Strom Thurmond's tackling. They're making some nice open field tackles, textbook type, chest to chest, and dropping them.
48-yard line for Swansea. And imagine this is 4-down territory here. Back to pass, going to throw, broken up, incomplete. 40-yard line. So we'll bring up 4th down and 3. And the punting unit actually coming out on the field. Might want to watch for a fake on this.
Could try to draw them off sides, I suppose, too, but we'll see what happens.
Snap is there. Oh, it is a fake, and he's caught, and a first down. Every now and then I get one right.
Very, very good. Good call.
30, Devin Cease makes the catch for Swansea.
And it wasn't the most beautiful pass you'll ever see, but it's effective. Okay, and that's the punter throwing that football. Nice play.
So Swansea
maybe got some tricks.
Picks up 10 yards on the play, 38-yard line into Strom Thurmond territory. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Back to pass under pressure. Gets away. Now in the field. Going to get positive yards. Going to pick up a first down. Still on his feet. Past the 20-15. Finally runs out of bounds. And he may be all the way down to the 10-yard line. Let's see if they say he stepped out before he got there.
Stepped out about the 15, I think.
Yep, said he was out at 15.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
now where are they going?
Holy cow, they can call a flag every play.
My goodness.
Now the referee is over talking to the bench.
And the coach probably has had enough.
Well, you can call holding every time if they're going to call every time somebody extends their arm.
It's going to be a big one.
Holding against Swansea. That was, they say blocking the back. That's weak. They're just calling everything here. He was maybe a little bit behind him, but whew.
The coach was trying to say that the man, turned at the last second. What can you do?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. And there's a screen pass, and he's got some room to run with a blocker in front. I'm going to get some of it back, get about 7 yards as they get inside the 45 to the 44. Still going to be 2nd down and a long way to go. 17 yards for the first down. In fine fashion, no flags on the field. Rolls to his right. Going to throw it downfield. Got an arm. Got him down there. And good defense by Strom Thurmond. And once again, no flags on the field. 2 plays in a row.
We like that.
Airport, North Augusta making a little run back, 20-15. I'm sure they went for 2, try to cut it to 3. So it'll be 3rd and long, 3rd and 17 for the Tigers. And now we got a timeout on the field, and there's an injured player down in the end zone. So we got an Aiken Regional Medical Center timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout, and we'll come back and tell you who the injured player is when we return.
Taking care of a horse farm all by yourself is a lot of work, but I wouldn't take back a second. Living out here has been the best experience ever. I just want to be the healthiest I can be and enjoy the rest of my life to the fullest. But when I got the flu last year, I was the sickest I've ever been. At Aiken Regional Medical Centers, I was treated with warmth and love, and now, thanks to them, I'm back at my farm doing what I love most.
We thank Aiken Regional Medical Center for being our sponsor. They still are tending to the player down on the field. Also, never say enough about Julie's Subs. Julie's Subs provides us with the pregame, postgame, in-game meals by providing us with the subs. Julie's Subs is out on East Pine Log Road, out in the shopping center across from Kroger. So everybody knows where Kroger is, so it's the shopping center on the other side where Staples is.
Right by Staples, and that is a very good sub shop.
And took home 2 subs last week. Ate one in the car on the way home, and ate another one the next day.
And the player that was down, Michael Jones, okay, and he has been the intended receiver on many passes tonight. That he was the intended receiver there. I think maybe he just got a little wind knocked out of him as he hit the ground. But he's quite a football player. Very, very impressive.
He's walking on his own as he heads back to the bench, just carrying his helmet. I'm sure we'll see him back in the game shortly. And this is a tough down for Swansea to not have him in the game. 3rd down and 17. And they need Jones making plays. Let's see what they come up with on this play. It's a little handoff, fake delay, draw, and down he goes. It's the last play of the 3rd quarter as the clock runs out. So our score, 35-12. And when we come back, it'll be Swansea's ball, 4th down and 17 at the 45-yard line when we return on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tire she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even when half worn, it's still safe, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
Know that it was a heart attack, but I knew he was in trouble. His right coronary artery was 99% blocked and already collapsed.
So within 10 minutes, they had put a stent in.
I'm so glad that we made that decision to go to Aiken Regional right away.
We definitely made the right decision in going to Aiken Regional.
I don't think we could have gotten better care.
It all started that one family night in Dumfries, Virginia. Family night is for everybody. It's a time for families to do crafts together.
The kids just love going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Being the single mom and getting everybody ready, it was tough. We would get there a little bit late, like on the tail end of it. Helen saw that I was having trouble getting them to Chick-fil-A for the family night on time and actually got it extended another hour. Noticing things like that, I never really told her how much she affected me, but she did.
Love you.
All right, we start the 4th quarter. This time, Swansea will punt. Ran a fake the last time. This goes down, hops out of bounds, and be channeled off on 1st and 10 for Strom Thurmond with the 35-12 lead. 1 quarter left in the book. Well, that quarter went by fairly quickly.
It certainly did. It flew by. And Swansea really didn't have much offense that time. The offensive and defensive lines for Strom Thurmond, I think, were dominant in the 3rd quarter. Only put 1 touchdown on the board, but they played very well.
Well, they only had 2 possessions. First possession scored a touchdown. They went 3 and out. And then the Swansea able to run the ball, had the fake punt, keep the ball, and run the clock out, but no points on the board. So I think Strom Thurmond will take that. Clock's their enemy now. And we're going to blow the whistle before we can get started. Another flag. South Aiken has scored a touchdown, another touchdown, so they trailed Brooklyn Casey 28-13. They trailed 28-7 earlier. Missed that extra point. Quick pass. Caught. Moves it out to the 11-yard line.
And Jay Baker makes a nice catch.
So he gets most of the 5-yard walk-off back. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 12. Ball on the 11-yard line.
Baker has been a big part of the Strom Thurmond offense. 5'8", 175, senior wide receiver.
Oh, now they call that incomplete. He was running around. I was like, why are they blowing the whistle? Because it was not a catch. So bring up 3rd and long for Strom Thurmond. So Strom Thurmond, who came out and ran the ball effectively to open the half, now throwing the ball around and not doing that very effectively. I would think on this part of the field, 3rd and long, they're going to put it in the hands of the quarterback, Harris, and see if he can pick it up with his feet. Nope, going to throw it. Hits his man, but he's going to be well short of first down.
And that could be another face mask, and if it is, that'll get another first down.
Another flag on the field. And that is the signal as he throws it to the referee. And couldn't see it on the live. Could you see it on the monitor?
Yeah, I did see it. Looked to me like he did grab his face mask.
And if it is, if it's a penalty, it's a penalty. Nothing you can do about it. Here's the Chandler. Did you see that Chandler replay? His Remax replay. Yeah. Did spin his helmet around.
He sure did. I don't know exactly how many penalties Swansea has had called against them tonight, but it's a boatload.
That's got to be somewhere in the 20 range by now. That's amazing. And there's the quarterback keeper that I called earlier. Gets a chance to do it on the 15-yard or the 5-yard penalty on the face mask, which gave him a first down. 2nd down and 5 on the 5-yard game on the quarterback keeper. Strom Thurmond taking their time, letting the clock run. Not in a hurry.
Oh, and that was a little strange looking there.
And I guess they're working on their passing game to some degree, but they've had so much success running the football. 3rd down and 5.
That just looked like there may have been a little confusion. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
High snap. Harris makes a man miss. Gets upfield. He's going to pick up the first down. Goes over to 50 to the 45 to the 44-yard line. They'll say he's down at the 43 as we take a look at that. Over pursuit there. That was a block in the back. They didn't call that one. And gets down to the 43-yard line of Swansea.
And I would say Harris is the best running quarterback that we've seen this year.
He does a good job making people miss. 1st and 10. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Throws it out. Makes the catch over to 35. Down to the 32-yard line. They move the chains again. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Clock runs down. 9:24 left to go in the ball game.
And that's Logan Johnson, a name that we haven't called. Another wide receiver who gets his hands on the football.
3 split wide to the left, 1 to the right. Hill in the backfield on the left-hand side of his quarterback, Harris. Harris, a little bit of a bobble there, gets the ball out and it's caught. Now room to run, gets outside, 15-10, pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Strom Thurmond knocking on the door again. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and goal.
And that's Philip Merriweather. Nice reception and a very good run. Got some speed. Knows what to do with it once he catches the football. Well done.
Ball on the 8-yard line. 1st and goal. Strom Thurmond looking to put a nail in this one. So a handoff to Hill. Hill drags him inside the 5. He'll be pulled back, not before he made the 4-yard line.
That was a nice run by Hill.
Second and goal. Good job running north and south, putting his head down and just running to daylight. Very reminiscent of the first drive of the third quarter. Strom Thurmond got a help from a face mask to keep this drive alive. This will be a delay of the game again. Second delay of the game. Well, the Rebels called the timeout before the time ran out. So we got a timeout on the field. It's a Honda Cars of Aiken timeout. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
At the Jewelers Loop, we have a great selection of diamond engagement rings that every bride-to-be would love. So make your girl happy. Come see us in our 5,000 square foot showroom in the heart of Aiken. We offer diamond jewelry pieces from several high-end designers. Shop with us at the Jewelers Loop so we can help you find exactly what you're looking for at an affordable price. Or visit us online at thejewelersloop.com. The Jewelers Loop, where life's great celebrations begin.
Jewelers Loop, one of our sponsors. It's not a sponsor of end zones or first downs or instant replays, but we appreciate their sponsorship as well. And again, this point in the game, 8:06 left to go in the fourth quarter. I'm thinking about one of Julie's subs, quite frankly. 4 yards for the touchdown, second and goal. Handed to Hill. Hill spins in. He's in. Touchdown, Strom Thurmond. 4-yard run for Hill. Puts another 6 points on the board. Extra point to follow. 41-12.
Stanley Hill's had a nice second half in particular. Glad to see him get a chance to take it into the end zone. He's a good running back.
Believe it or not, there's a kicker in there somewhere. He kicks it up, and it is good. 42-12, our score is Strom Thurmond making this look easy.
And Ray Oots, okay, 7 for 7.
Good kicking.
Excuse me, 6 for 7. Or 6 for 6. What is it? Yeah, 6 for 6.
Multiplication.
I got it. He's made them all.
That's all that really matters. Made a bunch of them.
He's made a bunch of them.
They get another chance. It's like South Aiken last week. This is where they put the running clock on last week. Woo, that fourth quarter went fast last week. 8:01 left to go in the ball game. 42-12, our score. Strom Thurmond over Swansea. Let's see what they do on the kick here. They pop it up. And that's pretty effective. The ball is falling right around the 30-yard line in front of the receivers. And Swansea just seems to not be able to adjust to it. So they just have to hope that they can fall on it. And they have. I don't think they've turned over a kickoff, have they? They've come very close several times.
Yeah, they have.
Well, the ball's down at the 29-yard line. That's where Swansea will take over. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Now you get out here and you work on whatever you need to work on for next week. See if you can have some success. Swansea really hadn't been bad. The penalties have just ate them alive. And early in the game, the running game was working, but now not so much. So that's going to lose a couple yards.
And that was a pretty good part of the game plan, to not kick it deep, take any chance of a good return away from Swansea. Very effective. And they almost recovered it a couple times, those little pooch kicks, but not bad.
Rolls to his right. Throws it up. Well, they say no. I was going to say, I didn't think he got a foot in. And that's Michael Jones, who was shook up earlier, making that catch. There was not a catch. It was incomplete. So it'll be 3rd down and 13 for Swansea. And still by their body language, I think Swansea's ready to get this one over with.
Well, I don't know whether they were a little tired or whatever, but the offensive line for Strom Thurmond certainly dominated a couple of drives here in the second half.
Ooh, that was a good looking pass to Jones, and nice play by the free safety.
And he's down again.
Break it up. Jones is taking a little bit of a beating tonight. He comes across the middle, good pass right to him, but the defense better.
Well, good defense. Hit him just as the ball arrived, perfectly clean.
He was going for the ball. So nothing wrong with the defensive play, certainly. It just one of those things when you're running across the middle of the field trying to catch a ball and the defender comes up and hits you, it's going to hurt. So we got an Aiken Regional Medical Center timeout on the field as they attend to Jones. We'll take a break. We'll come back and give you a report when we return.
I always ask myself, would I want me to represent me? Would I want a lawyer who is prepared, who is passionate, who is capable? And every day that we represent our clients, we're telling our clients that you can count on us to bring every skill, every ability, and all of our passion in representing your interests. That's what it means to count on Chandler. That means that you can count on us to fight for you.
They're still attending to Jones, as you can see there. So while they attend to Jones, we can check out some scores from around the area as we get late into the night. Some of them probably getting close to wrapping up as we approach the 10 o'clock hour. And Aiken at least put a few more points on the board, 20-10.
And that is a final.
So Midland Valley picks up their first win of the season. They'll get BC next week. Barnwell having their way on the final, 49-6 over Whale Branch. Whale Branch came in with one loss. Had to wonder if they could play with the War Horses. They could not.
No, and Barnwell's a very good football team. It's hard to name a weakness that they have. They're good offensively, defensively. They've got good size. They've got good speed. They're a good football team. They're well coached.
And
we know that.
They're an odds-on favorite to make it to not just the state tournament, but go all the way to the championship in 2A football. And Abbeville, the same in their division, as they win 52-14 over Fox Creek. Abbeville, I think, maybe one of the defending state champions. There's so many of them, it's hard to keep it straight sometimes. Jones gets up and he'll walk off and probably be done for the night.
I was thinking the same thing. I think that's probably enough. He's been down twice, obviously taking a little bit of a beating, like you said. He's been a key player in the ball game for Swansea.
The shower will feel good for him this evening.
Looked to me like they were working on his chest a little bit there. I don't know exactly what they were dealing with, but I'm glad to see him up and walking in.
We thought that there's 36-14 Blackville Hill over RSM. They were working on him. We thought he got a wind knocked out of him earlier in the game, and I think perhaps that was just sort of reoccurrence. A little pop-up snap, kicked away. This is up in the air, going to go out of bounds over in the Strom Thurmond bench. No, it doesn't. The player ran out of it. I thought he was chasing the ball. Goes into Strom Thurmond territory at the 43-yard line. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for Strom Thurmond, and I'm sure they will keep it on the ground and see if they can run out this final 6 minutes and 42 seconds.
And I think they've got some new players in there now. Give them a chance to see what they can do. Look like some younger kids, too.
Yeah, it's a new quarterback. Turn's going to throw. Nice form. Miss.
Well done.
And the quarterback is number 15, Alan Williams, I believe. Is that right? Is that his number? It's so hard to see their numbers.
And that was Patrick Westbrook.
Yeah, Patrick,
number 18.
Is 18.
Junior quarterback. Got good size, 6'2". That was a nice throw.
Yeah, he had good form. Going to do the same thing to the other side. And gets out of bounds at the 42-yard line into Tiger territory.
And Westbrook is happy to have Baker in there. He's a threat anytime he touches the ball. Picks up a nice gain.
Now, we've done games this year where they run out of bounds and they keep the clock running like they do in college football now. Not doing that tonight. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what the rule is. Ball down to 37. Pick up a 5, second down 5. Strom taking their time, letting the clock run, let the play clock run down. 10 seconds on that now. Throws it out, going to get the first down in more. Run out of bounds inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line, it appears. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. They'll move the chains again.
Very effective. They're using that short pass just like a running play and moving the football at will here.
Hand off, run the football, inside the 10, down to the
nice run.
4-yard line. Yeah, I believe, again, Swansea's ready to get this one over with and move on to next week.
And that was Thaddeus Burton. Okay, running back, he's a junior. And as we said earlier, they're going to lose a lot of senior talent, but it looks like they've got some people to fill right in.
Now Swansea covers that outside throw, and the quarterback, Westbrook, knocked down. It's a good Westbrook, good football name, good sports name, basketball too. So he's sacked, back to the 10, second and goal from the 10.
There's a good defensive play. And they were fired up about that.
Loss of 1 on the carry. 3rd down and goal.
I can finally do it. On the tackle, Kenyon Macon, number 52.
Cleaning up some bacon. All right. Gonna throw again. Got a man at the 5. And he's down at the 5.
That's Phil Merriweather.
Completion down to the 4-yard line. 4th down and goal.
So 4th down, goal at the 5-yard line.
They may try a field goal here to practice that, see whether they can do it.
Now, this is something that I personally think is a good idea. At some point, you're going to have your kicker kick a field goal. Now, this is a little more than just an extra point, but there's going to be a time where you got to run out there on the field and do this. You need to practice it, and I think it's a good idea. Get him out there, let him kick it. If he can, it's good. So 45-12 our score, and somebody might want to say, well, that's running up the score. That's not running up the score. The kicker needs to practice that too, not to mention the team. And yeah, you coached for a long time. You've got to get the players out there on the field. They've got to get in the right position, and they're not like an extra point where everybody's sort of switching around. That's field goal. You're going, all right, field goal unit. You got to get them on the field, get them lined up, get a kick up, and good.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think you're exactly right. However, if I was on the other sideline, I might have a different opinion.
Well, if I was on the other side, I probably wouldn't appreciate it, but I understand that.
No, but you're right. That's you got to practice some of those things.
Even when you're losing, I don't think it's a bad idea to get out there and do that. And, of course, example was last week against Tennessee. Georgia, well, Tennessee was at first and goal at the 5-yard line. Tennessee probably going to need a field goal someday. There's another one of those little pop-ups, and there's nobody there to field it. And the ball's going to be recovered by Strom Thurmond finally, which, doing it all night long, you'd think you'd put people there to call a fair catch the ball. Well, this one's getting out of hand. 2:33 left to go. And I would hope that, I don't care if it's the backups now, there's no need to practice field goals. Just hand the ball off. If they can't tackle you, fine.
I'm with you.
Well, they're running the clock finally. I think they should have started that even with the out-of-bounds plays. And going to tackle him down around the 15-yard line. Going to pick up about 7 yards.
And that is the junior running back, Thaddeus Burton. I believe his mother and father calling his name right then.
Go Thaddeus.
Go Thaddeus.
Picked up with 6, second down and 4. And to their credit, they are letting the clock run. Get outside. Got to pay attention.
He might do it.
Now that I have no problem with.
Thaddeus Burton.
And again, these are the backup players. They deserve the opportunity to get in there and make some plays. And it's a handoff, and you'll see him run right out of the screen. But there he comes back, and he's in. Touchdown. 51-12 with the extra point up and good.
52-12.
So a game that was a 2-point game with 2:30 left to go in the first half is just completely blown out to Strom Thurmond. It was 14-12
at one point
with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this first half, and Strom Thurmond turned it up a notch after that.
38 unanswered points. Complete domination in the second half. Did whatever they wanted to offensively, moved the ball very well. Played very solid defense also. Did a nice job. Completely dominated the game in the second half. Special teams even had a part here. And this kicking has been, on the kickoffs, have been very effective.
Let's see if they bring somebody up to catch the ball where he kicks it every.
They've moved everybody up.
He kicked that one a little further, and dang if it's not going to be the same.
Another fumble.
Another result. All right, he's taking knee time.
And the receiver is saying his knee was down, but no, they're saying no, you weren't down, and now they better take a knee here.
You can bet that whoever Swansea has next week is going to watch these films and say, let's kick it right there around the 25, 20-yard line. 30. They kicked it in between that 20 and 30-yard line all night long.
You know,
and they almost recovered it, and they've recovered the last two. And they had, we had 7 touchdowns and a field goal.
Yep.
So they've had 8, 9 kickoffs, and they've done the same thing.
Well,
they kicked it out of bounds.
Looks like they're not going to take it. Maybe he'll take a knee anyhow. No.
And that was not a knee. And
didn't have enough players. Something was wrong.
I don't think anybody would complain if you just didn't run a play. Of course, the way they've thrown flags, they probably called the delay of the game. And they throw a pass. Well, I suppose they all need practice too. 17, TJ West on the reception. And that should be the final play of the game, as the play clock is higher than what the clock is on the board. And yes, mercifully, Strom Thurmond will call off the dogs and call it a night as the final seconds are going to tick off. Strom Thurmond has a tough first half, but scores at the end of the first half and then keeps on rolling in the second, shuts out Swansea in the second half, and wins 52-12 over the Tigers.
Very impressive final half for Strom Thurmond. Okay, I thought they looked good in the first half too, but really dominant in this second half. And Swansea's got some players, all right, but I don't know how many penalties they had tonight, but just far too many. Okay, and that sort of disrupts everything you're trying to do. Takes all your momentum away, takes all your continuity away. Just inexcusable too. You shouldn't have that many penalties.
Well, Strom Thurmond was up 14-0, and you're right. In the first half, and they looked like they were well in control. And then they had about we'll call it a 2-minute period where they had the sack, the short punt, the interception, the long plays, the double reverse, and then all of a sudden, bang, 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 two scores for Swansea. But then they took over again, and they cruised. And an impressive win. And their 7th win in a row now?
That's right. They're 7-1 now.
7-1, and really, for all intent and purposes, probably with the freak of the Storm having to go to Saturday to play, they should be 8-0. And they're setting themselves up for a nice playoff run, too, as they go forward.
It should be an interesting ball game. Next week they've got Gilbert. Okay, I believe they play Gilbert next week, if I'm not mistaken. And what Gilbert did to Swansea was also impressive. So that may be a ball game next week.
Okay, well that's going to do it for tonight's ball game. Next week, the Aiken Standard Game of the Week will be at Midland Valley, where Brooklyn Casey will come to town, and Midland Valley will try to keep up their momentum as they picked up their first win of the season tonight over Aiken, 20-10. They scored 21 points last week against Airport. So we'll see if they can handle Brooklyn Casey next week.
And if they do, they're right in the hunt to make the playoffs.
Certainly. Just like we were talking about South Aiken before the game. All right, that's going to do it for tonight's podcast. For Eric Russell in the truck, for Ken Brace Always good to have you here, Ken.
Enjoyable.
I'm Ed Gerardo. Thanks for joining us for the Aiken Standard Game of the Week. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.